You made some bad picks today. We all did. The good news is you've got 2 hours to laugh about your poor decisions before you have to ruin your Sunday. Nick DiMartino is cracking the mic and pouring the drinks for the only sports show where we admit we don't know anything and then bet on it anyway. Welcome into the Saturday night edition of the ETB Lounge, where the takes are bad, but the jokes are even worse. Only live on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your bartender of banter for the evening, Nick DiMartino.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hello?
Hello?
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes.
All right, I can't tell. I feel like a caveman doing the show on my phone.
Are you selling Geico insurance?
No, my laptop is totally dead. It's not turning on. I don't know what happened. This is the longest it's ever taken to not turn on. It's even charged, so I guess we'll find out if my laptop is going to turn on throughout this show.
Hey,
so,
it's like my battle with Elon Musk and Twitter right now.
What's your battle? What is your battle with Elon Musk?
That we've been having issues, and the show goes live on Twitter, but it's not showing up in any of the Twitter feeds.
No way.
I was just able to access it on my phone.
What?
Well, let's see. I think it's live. I think it's live on the Moving the Goalpost account. Wait, no, it's not live on the Moving the Goalpost account.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it is. We are live.
Wait, you can actually see it?
Well, it shows it on the story side of it, but it's not showing on the timeline.
See, I can't see the retweet functions or the
Let me see what Nick D is saying. Hold on.
You see, open the account. You can open the live video, but it's not showing up on the timeline.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no, Nick D's right.
So, I don't know.
It's weird. So when I click into them now, like it shows it, the like and the retweet, and then it disappears right when I open it.
Yeah. Super strange, whatever's going on with Twitter. Everybody's feeds are just full with spam and everything.
I follow none of you on Twitter.
That's okay.
I don't know about all of you, but I, for one, welcome our new AI overlords.
I like AI. I'm more pro AI than most people are. It can really help you out a lot. And I guess AI's biggest downside is that it hasn't won a ring.
Oh, Providence.
Is that a really lame joke? Oh, Colin Sucks is now following you. I wonder who that is.
Hey, you know what? If you don't want to put we just had Valentine's Day weekend, and here's a great piece of advice. Speaking of rings, if you don't want to put a ring on a girl, get one from Buffalo.
Oh,
get one from Buffalo. What?
No, just throw them through a table.
Oh, yeah, I see.
No, just throw them through a table instead. That's their initiation.
Well, exactly. Wait, did you guys see? Wait, can we play the Craig Carton sound? He has some advice for the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day.
Yeah, hold on.
Falling on the same day next year.
Yes. So, by the way, I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." Nick D will be all over this if I share this, because Craig Carton, who I would take far less advice from anybody in this world.
Look, I would take advice. Look, there is some type of advice I would take from him. I wouldn't take tickets from him, but I'd take advice.
I wouldn't even take gambling advice from him anymore.
Well, obviously not gambling advice.
But here we go.
All right, here it is.
Here's what Craig Carton had to say about next year, the Super Bowl being on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and this is kind of odd. Take a listen. If I can remove the outro, then we can. And let's give it a play.
The Super Bowl next year is on Valentine's Day. Yeah. So, guys, I'm giving you a full year advance warning to do the right thing. celebrate Valentine's Day on February 13th next year, because on the 14th, you're going to be knee deep in football, and she's just got to understand. And for you ladies out there that love football, same to you. Do the right thing. Give your man, exactly what he needs and wants on the 13th so that we can enjoy football on the 14th. That's the first little programming note for you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
And if she's not willing to do that, a year ahead of time to get the lawyers
cut
ready.
the cord. Cut the cord.
You got to get out of there.
And, get a prenup, cut the cord, and that goes for ladies too. I know a lot of
Get
females
a
who
prenup.
love football, who married some computer geek who doesn't give a rat's ass about.
Okay.
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a man who actually cares about Valentine's Day. Who even is this Valentine that we're naming it after? That Valentine's Day is named after? Is it Bobby Valentine?
I have a dumb question though, or a dumb thought about Valentine's Day. Okay, so why do we need one special day to appreciate somebody when, if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to do this 365 days a year if you're in a relationship?
Because Hallmark needs all of its attention, Nick.
The Hallmark holiday. Thank you.
It's really just the commercialization of it. There's no upside. I view Valentine's Day the same way I view the national anthem before sporting events. There is ultimately no upside to it for anybody. I mean, if you have the national anthem, everybody stands and puts their hand on their heart. There's no upside to it. It's just what you're supposed to do. But if somebody protests or something like that, then it's a bad thing. It's the same thing with Valentine's Day. Nothing good can come from Valentine's Day.
Well, go ask Colin Kaepernick how that turned out.
Well, exactly. That's what Valentine's Day is. Well, I would say there just needs to be the commercialization of it. I actually kind of think Craig Carton's advice isn't bad, except the part where he says get a prenup and then break up. I don't think he understands how prenups work.
Oh, wait. So him and WFN already have that type of relationship.
Yeah,
right?
but he obviously doesn't understand how prenups work. You get a prenup before you get married, and then you don't get a prenup before breaking up. That's not how.
But wait, did
prenups
WFAN
work.
have a wait a minute? Did WFAN technically have a prenup since he decided to do illegal shit and then get caught?
That's a good question. Well, I am sure that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, here's my question: where does "Hi, my name is Craig" fit in the prenup?
It's still on the air there.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's actually a good thing because it's for responsible gambling and all of that.
Do you believe him though? Is the issue?
I just make fun of it because of the name. That's all.
Well, yeah.
Well, the reason is because that's what you say at Gamblers Anonymous. I don't know if you guys have ever been to one of these anonymous meetings. I've been to Alcoholics Anonymous, not because I'm an alcoholic, but because it was for a class in college, and everybody there said. And I remember my first time walking in. I said I had my Jets cup with me. I don't know why I remember that, but I had coffee in my Jets cup, and then some older woman. I was by far the youngest person there, and some woman says, "Welcome to AA." I was thinking, it's not what you think. Oh. And and I remember so vividly that everybody said their name. It would be like, "Hello, my name is Bob, and I'm an alcoholic." And everybody says, "Hi, Bob." It's like, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic." I thought to myself, yeah, no shit, you're an alcoholic. That's why you're here. You don't need to tell everybody you're an alcoholic.
No, you don't.
But the national anthem of
So no, I've never listened to "Hello, my name is Craig," but that was on FAN even after he left, right?
Yes, it was. Because you know what that was? That was all a clever ruse to eventually know that he was going to be back on the air at some point. Just keeping his voice some way on the air. Because when the Fox job was eventually going to fail, because he's not a national host by any means.
Here's my issue with the Fox show. It was like a morning zoo TV show that he was trying to do, which fits Carton's skill set very well. But that's not the type of thing that historically has ever worked on TV. And he also sort of became like a hot take artist. And Carton is just a really bad hot take artist. The thing with hot takes is that they have to at least be somewhat intelligent and defensible, and Carton's hot takes are just all really bad. Like they're all just dumb takes. Skip Bayless is crazy, but there's at least some level of it makes a certain amount of sense what he's saying. Carton's hot takes make no sense at all. They're absurd.
Not all the time with Skip. Not all the time.
Him and C-Mac are probably the weirdest duo of all time on the radio.
Well, C-Mac is the biggest, he's like state TV for the Yankees. He's so ridiculous.
He's a Yankee apologist.
He's the biggest Yankee apologist. Like everything the Yankees do, C-Mac just defends. He might as well like be their lawyer or something.
You know
it's
what?
Totally
C-Mac,
ridiculous.
And I hate making this joke over and over again because it's too easy. But C-Mac kind of reminds me of like Grant with the Bears.
Well, see, you guys are all talking about, and I thought Michael Kay was sometimes a homer for the Yankees.
It makes sense to me.
He's a huge homer for the Yankees, but you know what? He's not as bad as C-Mac. He criticizes the Yankees at times. He's not as much of a Yankee homer as C-Mac is.
You know, Michael Kay will sometimes just be like, "What are they doing?" Like,
I mean, my favorite was that Yankee Met game where A-Rod hits the pop-up and completely smashes the bat, thinking the game is over.
Yeah.
That was the Luis Castillo error. And, like, Michael Kay loses his mind, like something was happening. And I'm like, all right. He dropped the ball. Teixeira scores. Oh, God, I don't want to hear Mark Teixeira's name ever again, by the way. Now that he's an
now that he's involved in politics?
He's a politician, yeah.
Oh, did he get elected? Like he won?
Or he's trying to be. He's a Trump supporter, by the way. But
yeah, he's like
Is that surprising that Mark Teixeira would be a Trump guy?
No, he's in Texas. He's like running in Texas, and he played for the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, was it Texas or was it Georgia? I thought it was Georgia.
Maybe it is Georgia. I thought it was Texas. Maybe I'm just thinking Texas because who cares? But
I'll look it up just because I'm curious.
I think Mike Piazza also wants to be a politician, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh, no, you were right, Colin. It is Texas.
It is Texas? Yeah. And it's just
not surprising. I mean,
he's like riding on being endorsed by Trump.
By the way, Piazza would be a terrible politician, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I don't know if I think of like professional athletes becoming politicians is, I don't know, a little bit of a weird trend, I would say, because it's such a step lower than being a professional athlete is.
Who is the college football coach? Is it Tuberville?
Tommy Tuberville. It's Tuberville.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he was a great coach, but
great coach. He was a great football coach.
Terrible politician.
But as the weird thing about Tommy Tuberville is that I don't know if you know about this story. He's a really good example of how college football coaches have no loyalty. He was eating lunch with recruits at Texas Tech when he was a coach at Texas Tech and left them in the middle of it to take the Cincinnati job.
I mean, go ask Lane Kiffin if he has any loyalty.
That's worse than Lane Kiffin. He didn't leave. At least Lane Kiffin wasn't having lunch with Ole Miss players.
I get it, but at the same time, you're going to question loyalty when Lane Kiffin didn't keep a job for more than, a year or two before Ole Miss?
Well, the bad thing with Lane Kiffin is that he left them before a playoff run. That was the biggest issue. It's not that he left. It's the circumstances in which he left. That was the issue.
Well, that's any coach, I feel, today. Like, oh, there's a better job out there. Let me go.
That's partly why people say the college football schedule is broken as hell.
It's true. And now, and Nick, they're talking about now 2 weeks between the semi and the national championship next year.
Yeah, it's too long. I don't know why everybody has to rest so long between games in college football. It's already too long as it is. 9 days from the championship game until the national championship. From the semifinals to the national championship game. It's ridiculous.
You want to hear the dumb rule why they're making it 2 weeks? They think they're building up anticipation.
Yeah.
What anticipation? You're going to lose momentum in 2 weeks.
No, I agree. I think it should be 1 week, roughly 1 week. I don't look. National championship games in football and basketball being played on Monday nights is just a crime. It's completely ridiculous. It's one of those things that we're going to look back on 20 years from now and be like, can you believe we used to play the championship games on Monday nights? It's completely ridiculous.
Well, my question is part of it also just they're trying not to conflict with NFL playoffs?
Yes, I think that is it.
That's one thing. But you know what? That's like the same argument for as Nick switches screen.
The laptop turned on.
Yeah, finally.
15 minutes in.
Well, that's okay.
No, it
doesn't matter.
I'm saying the adventure is completed.
Yeah. The Super Bowl should be on Saturday. That's the argument we hear constantly. But for the first time next year, we're going to have a legal holiday after the Super Bowl, so you could get completely wasted and do whatever you want and not actually have to worry about going to work the next day.
Yeah, I think it should be. I think the Super Bowl should be on a Saturday so people don't have to go to work the next day. And it's not competing with anything. There's nothing else on a Saturday night, so I don't see why not.
Well, except for college
my
football
luck.
during the year, but yeah.
Knowing my luck, Dana White's going to produce a UFC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Tom covers the UFC. Also, that they have the main cards on Saturday.
That's one sport I don't follow at all.
I've
Less
actually
than
followed
hockey.
it. I've actually followed it more now that it's on Paramount Plus, and the first card is going to be on CBS on March 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually looking forward to.
But it's weird that they're airing the last hour of the prelims and the first hour of the main card.
Tom and Zan and I debated this, that it should be the first 2 hours of the main card. That's where the 2 hours should be.
It should be the prelim. You know, it could be all of the prelims. It could be the whole thing. 1 hour of prelims, 1 hour of main card makes no sense to me.
Well, what do you think will happen first? The Super Bowl becomes behind a paywall, or the Super Bowl is on a Saturday? What happens first?
Super Bowl will be on a Saturday. First of all, I can say this with 100% certainty: it will never be behind a paywall.
I think you're probably right. I don't think it will.
Because
the NFL seems to be the only league that really takes pride in itself on being on network television and appealing to all of the masses.
Yes.
And you're going to lose, and I don't think this is an over-exaggeration, I think you will lose half the audience if you put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, the way I see it is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of just how I see it.
Except the half.
I like what freaking Callan said. You know, speaking of the idea of Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. I mean, if on these restaurants and on these bars and such, put every freaking TV that you can in that restaurant or in that bar, and you will get people. You're already going to get high business of it being Valentine's Day weekend.
Oh, they already do. They do put the game and like the.
No, that's what I mean. Like that's for restaurants and bars. That's like double the amount of business you're going to get.
I don't know if you remember when Amazon first came in the picture for the NFL. Their bars and restaurants did not have a deal to show Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
So they had to make a separate deal with the NFL. They now have like this weird contract that allows them to show it like a separate feed of Thursday Night Football in the bars. And like they were losing a lot of money because people were not showing up on Thursday nights to like,
people don't want to miss Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would especially be a big problem for like sports books if they can't show a Thursday Night Football game.
I mean, the problem you're having, and this is going to be a problem next year. We already discussed this on Forecast, which the season finally ended on, what was it, Friday? Well, our last episode. Thursday. Thursday.
Now you don't have to hear about the Bears for 7 more months.
No, the forecast goes on into the off season.
Oh, that's right. We have an off-season forecast.
Yes.
But the problem is, what are you forecasting?
Not much.
You can't really forecast anything when nothing's going on.
The name of the show. You're not
free agency.
I mean, what was
forecast free agency.
Forecast free agent. I guess occasionally you get a little something, but
yeah,
you get a little something. And there's going to be different people on the show, so it won't just be him spewing about the Bears. That would be like if you and I went on a show and just talked Jets for our first straight hour, and I'd rather go hang myself than talk the Jets for an hour.
I think Jet fans. I think your average Jet fan is more intelligent than your average Bears fan.
But you know what though, the Bears are much better than we are right now, so I can't debate that.
I was going to say, are you sure about that? Because you guys cling on to the loyalty of the Jets, and it just doesn't work.
But wait a minute.
I speak from experience.
But wait a second.
That's what fandom is, though.
I know.
But hold on. We don't do what he does, where he thinks they're going to win every single week.
No, you do the opposite. You pick against them almost every week.
I think they're going to be an 0-17 team every single year.
We're like the reverse brand.
Oh well, and then people chew me out when I call the Jets out for being awful, and I'm like, because it's true.
I don't know if anybody really disagrees. Like Jet fans there is this caricature that Jet fans, but in reality, Jet fans are the most miserable people on earth.
Yes, we are.
I'll never forget earlier this season when that one young Jet fan got interviewed outside the stadium.
Yes,
he was talking about how much he hated the team. And how he was born into it.
that went viral. I remember when that whole thing happened.
Yeah. I used that clip as part of the Sarah McLachlan parody.
Yes. Well, and then I don't know if Nick saw it, but the Jet. Tell him about the Jet Emporium video.
Oh, at the trade deadline, I did this. Have you ever seen those like crazy Emporium like selling people? They're putting out all these deals,
like the shopping channel, like the Home Shopping Network, or and he literally was just making offers on the discount bin, essentially with
Nick,
Jet
do you
players.
still have that video?
No, I don't know. I don't have it with me at the moment. I'd have to go.
I don't think I have it with me on the moment either. I'll have to go looking.
But that's what the Jets are. They're the discount bargain bin. There's nothing good about them whatsoever. I mean,
well, yeah, obviously.
Mark Sanchez, he was pretty good.
Yeah, and then he butt fumbled, and that was it.
That butt fumble was more Brandon Moore's fault than it was Mark Sanchez's fault.
Okay, but he ran into his ass.
He's the one. Okay, but Brandon Moore was the one who got pushed. He's an offensive lineman. He's supposed to block. He's the one who ended up getting pushed into Mark Sanchez's way, and that's the reason the butt fumble happened. It's more Brandon Moore's fault than it is Sanchez's fault.
And then Sanchez.
There he is. We were just talking about the butt fumble. Really good timing. Yeah, a really contemporary topic right now.
Thank you for sending me that link so courteously.
Yeah, Liam's late because I didn't send him the link, so it's
I
didn't realize.
Wait a minute, Tom, you found the video?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Nick, you got to see this video. It actually came out.
For context for Nick, Liam, and Colin, this is a video I did for Football Forecast right after right around the time of the trade deadline.
Come on down to the New York Jets trade deadline emporium, where everything must go. Stars, pride, hope, all priced to move. That's right, folks. Darren Moogie has opened the vault and deals are hotter than the trash the team is putting out on the field right now. Looking for lockdown defense? We've got a Sauce Gardner, only slightly used, guaranteed to cover better than your car insurance. Now for just 2 first-rounders. That's right, 2. We'll even throw in a bottle of this post-game cologne, Ode to Pick 6. But wait, there's more. For our premium shoppers, we're offering 1 Quinnen Williams. Strong, durable, built to collapse pockets but not your salary cap. A 2027 first, a 2026 second, a free Mozzie Smith we're throwing in just for taking them off our hands. It's practically highway robbery, and we're the victims. Need a quarterback? We've got a slightly used Justin Fields. Yeah, we know. Slightly used might be generous, but hey, we won't blame him if you don't want him either. Don't miss your chance, the New York Jets trade deadline emporium, because when the season's going nowhere, the roster might as well. Jets Emporium, powered by desperation, and a dream of maybe drafting Caleb Williams as governor.
That was back in November, right? When
the trade deadline. Yeah.
Yes.
Around the trade deadline when we traded away everything. It was I like the trades. They were all good trades.
Yeah.
They were all good
right.
trades. We weren't going anywhere anyway. I don't really feel like debating or arguing about the trades.
It's just a never-ending rebuild is all.
Well, what else is there? Yeah. We haven't been to the playoffs in 16 years.
Well, 14, 15.
Right. Hey,
15.
better than the Giants who did absolutely nothing at the deadline.
Hold on, sir. You've won how many in a certain span?
No. I'm not talking about context of history. I'm talking about context of trade deadline.
Oh.
Correct.
Yeah. Even as a Giants fan, we have hope.
At least you have John Harbaugh now.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, we just got who the Eagles just traded AJ.
Did they?
Wait, what?
Wait.
Did they, or was that just did I see? Was that a lie on Twitter? Was that a sarcastic Twitter?
Probably a fake.
Unless it's
Eagles news. One study claims Jalen Hurts is the NFL's most hated player.
I believe that.
Hated by players, not by fans.
No, not by fans. I believe by players.
That might have been sarcastic Twitter, and I got fooled.
You were sent-held.
Maybe was that Ballsack Sports?
Or was that Dove Kleeman?
Hold on.
Dove Kleeman is probably one of the funnier accounts ever out there, and he sold his account, which you're not supposed to do on Twitter.
AJ that they traded AJ Brown.
I didn't know that.
That's what AJ Brown. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Watch now. I love how we're all doing this at the same time to see if AJ Brown got traded.
Because if freaking AJ Brown gets traded, then this stream changes basically.
By the way, did you see that AJ Brown followed 2 Giants players and apparently had a Giants shirt on?
That's probably why I saw the tweet. I think it's a rumor that he's going to be going to the Giants.
I'll believe it when I see it. Why the hell would you trade him to a division rival?
That's why I was confused. I was like, why would? Yeah, but whatever. I'll take it.
I wouldn't. That sounds like
what does Sun Tzu say? When your enemy's making a mistake, don't correct them.
Maybe.
All right, so I'll just lie. He said that.
I think that's. I think that sounds correct to me.
Maybe.
Hold on, I'm gonna look that up now.
All right, what else do we have to talk about? I mean, we have Stephen A. who decided to be interviewed.
We have quite a little bit. Well, while Colin's still here, maybe we can talk about the comedy shop closing down and then opening back up. You hear about this?
It's opening back up. I've been a little out of
Apparently, it totally opened back up.
Colin.
Yes. It was Napoleon.
It was what?
Napoleon Bonaparte.
It was Napoleon who said that? All right. I like Napoleon. All right, hell yeah. Whatever. I think we're the only ones my military leaders. What can I say?
I think we're the only ones in the loop on this story with the comedy shop shutting down.
Yes.
Oh no, I saw it close.
Okay, I don't know.
But you know why it closed.
I do know why it closed, but I didn't know.
Whoa, you didn't hear about what happened at the comedy shop? Well, you know.
Wait, me? I did know. I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the guy. Apparently, this female comic was there doing time, and the guy who books it, I don't know if he's an owner or maybe a partner.
A part owner, I think.
Part owner. I think he I don't know. It was just like, you know what you got to do to get more stage time.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's worse than that.
I think he groped her.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Or at least that's the allegation.
That's the allegation. Yeah.
I haven't seen any video of it, but that is the allegation. The comedy shop closed.
A lot of women comics came out and were like, same.
Well, I don't think anybody said like that exact same thing with this particular guy, but they like all told their own stories. But yeah, because of that, the whole place shut down. But it's interesting because then it reopened. It's opened again. They had a bunch of sold out shows. Which is a little weird that because initially they shut it, they shut the place down because of what happened or what allegedly happened. And then now they open back up and they're saying that they have the footage and they say that the guy did nothing wrong, which in that case, either like release it or why didn't you check the footage in the first place and then just not shut down? Why would you shut down and then say you have footage exonerating the guy? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't mean he's the brightest person in the room.
Nope.
But that just doesn't make sense. Like, if he did nothing wrong, why would you shut down? You had the footage at the time. Why would you not just look
because
at the
people making those decisions are not the sharpest tools in the shed. That's why.
Right.
Exactly.
They panicked and were like,
shit. Oh, let's just shut it down in case we get sued or whatever.
And now the only thing I'm thinking of is freaking Gordon Ramsay. Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. This place is a disgrace.
I love his
or like John Taffer shutting down bars.
Shut it the hell down.
What do you think an argument between the two of them would be like, Gordon and Taffer?
Oh, that would be dynamite. Oh my god.
I wish they would do a show together.
Right?
Like
a bar
I think there should be a John Taffer for gyms.
There's got to be.
That would be amazing. By the way,
yeah, the gym that's right by my house could use a John Taffer.
I think Taffer and Robert Irvine did a show together. I think it was on one of the Plus platforms. It wasn't on TV, but they each had to take a place and refixed it, and whoever made it the most money would win. So
I love John Taffer. Bar Rescue is a great show. They don't normally. I mean, Liam knows a little bit more about bars than I do, and because he works there, he's not a drunk. But
well, we did just talk about Alcoholics Anonymous.
I'm not calling him an alcoholic. I'm just saying. But I love Bar Rescue because I think the employees and the owners, they're always so clueless about everything. Like I don't like you look in the I don't know anything about running a bar or a restaurant, but like they go into the kitchen and the whole place is filthy.
It's a pigsty.
And John Taffer just chews everybody out for it. It's pretty amazing.
See, I wonder if they purposely like go in beforehand and they say, listen, let's go mess it up on purpose so that way he can just have a big yelling moment at an owner or someone is so bad, like they're overpouring drinks.
Yeah, the first part of the show is completely fake. When they're like John Taffer walks in, they're like, "Oh my God, John Taffer walked in." After they set up these 7 hidden cameras, and
they know
all these cameras are in the thing, and also the bar is always empty. The bar is failing, but somehow the night that John Taffer's there, it's always packed.
Yeah,
well,
true.
I just assumed it's like advertised where it's like, we have John Tafford here. Like, you're going to be on TV.
Well, and also they pay for your drinks and stuff when they bring those people in. That's why they managed to fill it. I mean,
but
I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. When the places are dirty, that's not possible for somebody to just mess up one time. Like when there's mold, like when there's mold in the kitchen, it's like you can't mess that up. Like
God, that scene.
There was one episode where they go in the back freezer. I think it was
exactly, yeah.
And
he's like,
they walk in and there's mushrooms growing out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!
You're gonna fucking kill somebody!"
He's like,
or my favorite is like he's in a bar and he just like throws a glass and breaks it on purpose, or like he'll shove the food off the bar.
I watched one episode. He went to a strip club, and he's like watching it from the van just to like see the vibe of
well,
it.
that's how they do it. They call it a command center.
And he's like, "Is she crying?" And it like zooms in on the stripper crying on the pole.
Gee, maybe she's crying because she's a stripper.
I don't know. I mean, the place was a tough venue.
It depends who you're talking to, if that's a punishment or a positive. But
was it owned by Rick Pitino?
Maybe. Hey, it's an incentive, right?
I think it was in like Detroit.
It's part of the NIL incentive.
Yeah, it's part of the NIL incentive.
It's part of the NIL.
I did interview actually one of
it to be a stripper?
No.
Hey, I still have my idea to interview strippers outside. What is it, Stilettos outside a Giant Stadium?
Yeah, it's not fun. I used to pass by Stilettos all the time. It's weird when they're called Gentlemen's Club. Like that's the demographic.
There's no gentleman in there.
Well, no, they have to call it. They have to be politically correct.
Well, what's the difference between a strip club and
a gentleman? No, it's not that. A gentleman's club is. This is bad that I know this information, but I do. A gentleman's club is 21 plus, and it's only topless. A strip club is 18 plus, and it's fully nude.
And it has to do with
alcohol. I love how only being topless is gentleman. Like
well, no,
that's the classy version of it.
No, but Liam's right. It has to do with the alcohol. Really, intake
Yeah,
is the only
fully nude.
difference.
They're not allowed to sell alcohol,
which makes no sense. But
well, Liam and I know a particular individual who will remain nameless that thinks a stripper fell in love with him.
Oh Jesus!
And Stilettos, by the way, at Stilettos.
At Stilettos, and then a Stiletto stripper fell in love with him.
Wait! Isn't there a freaking T-Pain song or something called "I'm in Love with a Stripper"?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, but this is the opposite. It's the strippers.
Yeah.
It'd be like if T-Pain had a song about the strippers in love with me. Like that's even weirder.
That is weird.
He thinks she gave him her real name. He's like, she uses a different name, but she gave me a real name. It was like, or she just used a different name while she already.
Or she just faked you out completely for the second.
Maybe she has multiple different fake names.
It's like saying your therapist loves you too. Like,
or they just give you a fake number. Hey, here's my number. It's not real. Or see, it would be fun one day if a stripper, like they gave you a number and they said, "Oh, we'll give you the number to the FBI," and you call that instead of calling them.
Or just some random fake number. Like that's.
So ETB Lounge, we go to the company game, and we go to Stilettos after, and we're like, "Hey, we have this podcast. What do you think the Giants should do this offseason?"
we're just gonna set up right in there. After the game. So your thoughts?
Or we can we'll just do quick interviews and post them on Instagram, and we'll hype up the show.
Talk about a quick finish.
Yeah,
but you got to have a name for it. I don't know what the name of it would be, but
topless takes.
Topless takes.
That's great. That's great.
You know what? I'm writing this down. This is not a bad idea.
It actually is a good
not
idea.
On board, I'm doing it.
Topless takes. That's not a bad idea.
I'll help produce that if we can use it as content.
We'll blur out. Listen, we'll blur out the titties.
Yes.
You think they'd allow it though in a strip club?
Well, if they give permission.
Yeah, or like we're with a podcast. What's your take? What do you think on sports? Like,
I was gonna say, if you really want to just go with the bench logic, you could call it like benches and boobs or something.
Benches and boobs. Boobs on the bench, maybe.
There you go.
Boobs on the bench.
I like it.
God.
These are all good ideas.
Boobs on the bench. That sounds like a great. No, but you can't ask really hard hitting sports questions because it's a little bit above their vocabulary. You got to ask like.
We'll feel them out.
You got to ask
literally, but
you got to ask questions
and literally.
For their time. I'll tip them.
You got to ask questions strippers would understand. Like I don't know. Like,
some of them might be sports nuts. We don't know until we start.
You never know. I mean,
some are pretty big sports fans.
They're across the street from Giants Stadium. They gotta know the game at least is on.
And honestly, I think it would be interesting to ask them the hard hitting questions.
By the way, well, hard hitting. I'll leave that one alone. Anyway. Anyway.
They're strippers.
Tom,
so either topless takes or boobs on the bench. You could actually have both, like have them separate things and just having them be a little different.
Tom, you made that face. You've known me for enough years
I
by
know.
now.
I know.
But
that's why I made that face.
But I think it's a great idea. We should find a way. We'll just line them all up and just ask them like ridiculously tough like sports questions and see like what happens or what answer they give.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to ask like really like. What if we ask them like really like niche questions, like questions like about the Yankees or something like that? Like
you would
Yankees off-season moves.
You would think they would know some football. I guarantee you, some players probably go to that club.
Oh, yeah. I would bet some do.
We bump into some players at the club.
There you go. That's part of the show.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and then the Giants love us, and we get to go to the locker room.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I wish.
Colin's trying to form a genius plan.
It would be better to do during football season, just like ask for their picks or something.
Yeah, them at
and you know who's on board? Steve Tisch.
Steve Tisch.
No, they're a little old for him, I think.
No, I'm just saying he's on board because obviously he wrote enough letters.
Are you taking the over under this week?
Yeah, he's just
Steve Tisch is like, "Where's my present?"
My present. I don't know. I think the weirdest thing about Steve Tisch is that he's communicating with his wingman through email.
Epstein was his wingman.
That's what I'm saying. Did Epstein only communicate through email?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's why I communicate through Snapchat.
My favorite part is like he spelled like a 13-year-old. Like,
yeah, he's so bad at writing.
I remember when Tom was going through the reports for the first time when he was putting the video out, and you were just like, you were perplexed.
I was like, what am I reading here?
You're like, this guy's Jewish. I thought he had a good education.
Oy.
Are you suggesting I go through his emails and grade everything?
Yeah, I would like to see that, grading Epstein's emails. Like,
I mean, you have an English teacher sitting here. So,
look, I when I send emails, I make sure they're in good. Like, I put some effort into it. Not like text messages. I write Gunna, Gonna on text messages.
You're one of those.
Yeah, I do that.
Ugh. So annoying.
The emails, I put a little more effort. It
emails
starts off slow, whoever.
My favorite part is with text messages because of the autocorrect. Like if you spell a word a certain way, and even if you're not looking to spell a word a certain way, it corrects it to that because you've used a ridiculous word so many times.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
I don't like the "on my way" autocorrect. It like puts the exclamation point at the end of it. I feel like it's unnecessary.
You know,
I've never had that.
Like in settings, like if you type something specific, you could change the autocorrect to something else specific.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
You can. I forgot, and I forgot to do it. Like I literally looked it up because then I went to do that to "on my way" for OMW, or like even to type out "on my way" to put to OMW. It won't let you.
But does it show how lazy we are though that we trust autocorrect for everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't spell anymore because of it.
Because like you can type a sentence out complete gibberish, and it'll correct it and make it the sentence you want. And I'm like,
well, depends on how it's got to be close.
I'm saying if it's close, like I'm saying if you did this without autocorrect, you'd be like, oh shit, I can't send that.
I find it really funny that you guys are bringing this up because, and we brought up my school teaching background because I'm actually doing stories with my sophomore students right now that talk about how much we depended on technology, how it's making people stupider or more stupid.
Oh, hey, Mr. English teacher,
the stupider.
Don't let your school see this.
Yeah,
it's
what do you
midnight? Damn it!
Where you teach at a 3rd grade level?
No.
Who are your students? Derrick Rose and Floyd Mayweather?
Oh. Oh man.
I think technology can make people stupider. I also think it can make people smarter.
I think you're yelling at me for doing it, and there you are.
I'm not an English teacher. It doesn't matter. I'm not educating the youth. I have no influence on them.
That's a fair point.
No, I think technology can make people smarter too. It really can. You just don't. I don't think technology makes people stupider. I just think stupider people have a greater digital footprint, so it leads people to believe that.
I think it just depends.
You know what? I'm gonna after the episode is over.
I'm saying stupid. I can't stop saying stupider.
You know what? I'm gonna make a stupider counter, and I'm gonna make a clip out of this afterwards.
Stupider.
I'm just gonna have it count up each time.
The super stupider. Honestly, look, technology, it depends on how you use it. It really does. It depends on how you use it. You could use it and it help show that you're freaking bright and intelligent. Or you can use it and your mind can shrink to the size of a peanut.
Yeah. You can do it for research. You know, like when I was in school, you know how great technology was for research when I'm like looking up for sources. Or you can use AI and it's like Family Guy furry porn. So those are your options.
I was just gonna say you'd have the brain of Kyrie Irving and promote that the world is flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I use AI for a lot. This is not breaking any
Family
news.
Guy furry porn. Yeah.
No. But we use AI to create a bunch of stuff on the network now. I used to hate AI. Now, like for our benchmark series that we use, like it gave me like 500 ideas to for episodes, and I'm like, oh, good, I don't have to do any of the work.
Oh yeah, good. I'm lazy. My brain's shrinking. I saw.
You can look up the Empty the Bench Network, and AI will give you a rundown.
They will. It
Hell
does.
Yeah,
Look it up on Google.
I did. I looked it up under.
I actually asked it. I'm not even joking. I asked it about the ETB Novig split.
What?
I asked it
did
about
you?
the ETB Novig.
Did it come
split.
up?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I saw a tweet because you know how like using AI apparently like uses a lot of water. So I saw like a tweet. It was like someone tweeted at like Amazon or whatever. It's like, can you or Elon was like, can you please stop using AI? It's destroying a black neighborhood in Tennessee. And then someone replies with @Grok, name every number in pi.
that is fucked up.
It's so fucking funny.
So Empty the Bench Network is a multimedia sports broadcasting and media production company. I mean, company is a little used a little loosely. That produces podcasts.
It's a podcast network.
Podcast, video content, and articles covering various sports, including the NFL, MLB, and college basketball. Founded by creators like Zan Bando and Nick Morgeson, the network offers analysis, recaps, and commentary across platforms like YouTube, Acast, and Substack.
Hello.
Yeah.
And then key personalities, it says, includes hosts and contributors such as Zan Bando, Nick Morgeson, Ben Cruz, and others.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ben was mentioned before me.
They forgot to put Truth Social.
Truth Social or Blue Sky.
Yeah, Blue Sky. I thought it was Blueski until like 3 months ago.
Blueski?
By the way, speaking of, since we're getting into the political shit, did you see, Nick, what happened with Sarah Spain? Also down
she's doing all Sarah Spain things. Sarah France.
Tom and I had her on multiple times as a guest on her podcast.
I remember the birds chirping in the background of her first interview.
First or second interview? No, I think you're right. It was the first one.
Well, I just looked myself up. Hold on a second. I just looked myself up on
That's
AI.
not egotistical at all.
No. I just wanted to see what it said. And it said he hosts the podcast Moving the Goalpost alongside Johnny Montalbano and frequently appears on other ETB network shows like IDK Sports. What is IDK Sports? That's not a thing.
Sometimes it makes shit up.
Yeah.
What is IDK Sports? Like that's not even close to anything. What?
No, I'm saying sometimes Jim and I make shit up for no reason.
I wrote who is Tom Albano, but apparently there are multiple Tom Albanos in the world. So
watch. Now we're all gonna go and we're gonna look ourselves up on AI and see what comes up.
It makes a certain amount of sense. There's AI for everything else. Eventually, you're gonna be like, is there something about me?
Right.
You know?
So I'm doing it now because I'm curious if it's going to find my radio background stuff. Oh, see, it did. So it found Cumulus Media, Westwood One, worked as a producer, board operator, phone screener for WABC, and then that I have the individual Empty the Bench show when it started. And then it actually has my full educational background in college radio station I worked at.
Let's see. I put the word journalist in. Tom Albano has been at MMA News since November 2023. True. Providing event coverage and news and feature pieces. True. Previously, Thomas covered MMA and boxing for Fanside and Fight Sports. True. As well as the MMA Outsiders podcast. True.
So it's all true.
Thomas has also covered other sports previously, including hockey, football, and baseball. True.
Oh, God. I looked up a certain person, Nick D, just for the sake of it.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And of course, it actually they didn't lie either. I thought they were going to lie, but they already changed the name to 1925 the New York Giants podcast. That is probably the worst name, and I will continue to say it is the worst name.
Horrible name. The first one was so much better. I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, Big Blue Avenue. Go ahead.
I changed it to Tom Albano podcast.
Okay.
It says Tom Albano is a sports journalist, content creator, and podcast host known for covering combat sports, MMA/boxing, and the NY Rangers. He hosts or co-hosts several sports talk podcasts, including the Unspoken podcast.
Well, that was the original one before we became a network.
Empty the Bench, focusing on thoughtful, non-yelling sports analysis and interviews. Key details about Tom Albano's podcast work. And it says the Unspoken podcast, Empty the Bench, the MMA Outsiders podcast, background. He is a contributor for Fight Sports. It should be was.
Well, AI is not perfect,
And has previously covered the New York Rangers for the Hockey Writers. That's true. He is recognized for his background in sports journalism. Thank you very much. Including his work. Okay, yeah.
If it doesn't die.
Fair, honestly.
Yeah, some AIs are good, and then you get the ones that are completely fake, and you have no idea if the information makes any sense whatsoever. That reminds me when Elon changed the verification rules that you had to pay for Twitter.
I hated that.
And ESPN, Tom, I don't know if you remember this, when they went to run with information, they got the wrong Adam Schefter when they tried to put the tweet up.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And I think it was the black Adam Schefter account that they accidentally went with. And I was like, well, there you go. Even big sports networks can fuck it up too.
ESPN,
I'm pissed at AI on this. I put in what is the Moving the Goalpost podcast, and it says Moving the Goalpost refers to a few different podcasts, with the primary ones being a Texas A&M/SEC football show hosted by Amanda Atwell and Billy Liucci on Apple Podcasts, and a women's football show from The Guardian. Other iterations include a Rangers FC fan show with Alex Ray and Mark Haitley, and a Boston-based sports podcast. What the fuck? There's nothing about my podcast?
Hold on. Now I got to look this up. Wow. When did this show all of a sudden become about AIs? Let's see. Let's see if I can. I mean, we can move on to other stuff because this might be boring to some people. But
yeah, it might be. Well,
maybe to some people, not to us. That's me.
Okay, so I looked it up. I typed in Moving the Goalpost. It says it's a high-energy sports podcast and a cornerstone program of the Empty the Bench network.
Oh, wait. You looked up Moving the Goalpost.
Yes. And then it says the show is known for its gritty, unfiltered takes on the major headlines across the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, often blending sports analysis with cultural commentary.
That's actually a pretty good. That's actually a pretty good summary of what the show is.
Wait, and then it says core hosts and team. I don't know why they have team, but they have. It says your name, Nick DiMartino, and it actually spelled your name right too.
Okay, that's good.
The primary host and a central figure on the Empty the Bench network. Central. Johnny Montalbano, a frequent co-host and collaborator who provides deep dive analysis alongside DiMartino. I don't know why they put my name here because I'm not on the show anymore.
Well, you were on the show frequently.
You were.
And then actually they list Liam's name too. So and all names are spelled correct. So somehow, and then it also goes into how you just had your 100th episode of MTGP.
Wow. Interesting.
It's paying attention.
Like, look, even
so if I was grading,
that's
so if I was grading, I'd give AI a higher total than Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, jeez. Well, he did. What did they say? He wrote like a third or fourth grader sometimes.
Yes. Ugh. Well, I mean, when you spend enough time around him, you know, he's probably.
I mean, the amount of names he mentioned, that was the best part. And Tom, this is where I destroy journalism to a T sometimes. He says names, they're not involved in anything, and then all of the media runs with these names being in there. Like, he mentioned Geno Smith, and everyone thought Geno Smith was involved.
Russell Wilson was mentioned in the emails.
And then he went off on a tweet.
Good. Fuck him.
No, but he went off on a wild tweeting spree after it. That's
the problem. Like, there's never any context to people being mentioned in the emails.
Nick, if I did not have a filter and it wasn't the end of our season, do you know what I could have done with that story?
Oof. Yeah. I could think of a few things.
By the way, speaking of filters, Morgan, I thought it was a very good PG interview with Scott Farrell. He kept it really clean there.
That interview was great.
Amazing interview, but Scott Farrell was
he was off the wall big time.
Like, hey, when he started talking about his son getting the best Coke and pussy at college.
Yes.
This is a little off the rails.
Hey, the Empty the Bench network is a great family-friendly network, right?
Wait, Liam, I'm just going to say now, because I'm used to all those interviews. I could care less what people say. You should have seen Callan's reaction partially when
he was uncomfortable, yeah.
And I'm sitting there just laughing away because I interned at Sirius and I got to know the Stern people when I was there. But some of the things that he was saying, like,
it's crazy.
He's like, "Oh, I got my interns when I was at the Stern channels. I got them all blown." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
How do you get your interns? How do you get your interns blown? Like, what the hell?
Said that one of his coworkers was in a running club, like some F word and not fuck, from LA. He said, called one of the guys a midget. It was amazing.
I almost just did a spit take.
Yeah, Tom, Liam saw it, so he knows. But that interview was insane. I heard more things about the Stern channel than I've ever heard in my life. I mean,
he used to go to my gym.
Did he?
I used to see him at the gym a lot. Yeah.
Is he in LA now? I think he lives in LA.
I don't know, but he used to live around here.
They had him on WFAN like towards the end when.
Well, he was on. I think he has a site where he gives away his picks.
Yeah, the Profit, whatever it's called.
But he charges $40 a month for his picks.
Well, he does. What do they call those things on Twitter now when you can go live on them? What do they call those?
Yeah, Spaces.
Spaces. Thank you, because I don't pay attention to it. So he goes on like every day or something, and he gives picks away for free. And then I think he does some other stuff that he does pick wise where he charges for it. But he gives away a lot of free picks too.
Yeah, but like, why would you pay $40 a month for?
Well, that's not even bad, DiMartino. When I started really like increasing bankroll and how much I was betting on sports, I just to look. I went to stewfiner.com and it was
my God,
$900 or something. Like it was like insane. Like the packages were nuts.
He's a guy I want on our show. That's the guy I
probably
want.
get him.
I tried.
How famous do you think you can get to get somebody to go on press row? Like, what's the upper limit of what you got? Like,
I mean,
Keith
we had
McPherson?
Well, we had David Sampson, who was a former
Stop
president.
That's right. David Sampson. He's on the Levitard show a lot. So, yeah, he's got to be up there.
I'm trying to think who else. I've had talks with many people. It just doesn't work out. Like,
You think you'd be able to get Ryan Russillo?
probably not. He's like big time. Well, when he's not getting arrested or sleeping in somebody else's hotel room while being drunk.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
I think it was
amazing.
someone else's house.
What?
I think it was their house.
No, it was a
was it
hotel
their
room.
house? I thought it was a hotel room.
It was a
Yeah.
hotel. He went to the wrong hotel room after he had 10 mimosas.
And
How
the
did
awkward
room?
and the awkward part is he had to go on ESPN radio when he came back. And
And I remember he did the show with Will Kane right after he came back from getting arrested. And I remember him saying, like, people are always going to remember this. Like, next time I say Joe Flacco can't find his receivers, and people are going to be like, you can't find hotel rooms.
Exactly. I mean, now he's at Barstool now, actually. And he's part of that stupid Netflix binge where they're putting all the podcasts on. So, I don't know. I like him. I was an SVP and Russillo fan when that show was on the air, and then they destroyed that too.
No,
You remember when the guy left a message on his? He was like hitting
that
on.
was John Dennis from Dennis and
Boston
Callahan.
Post daughter. Do you know that, Morganson? He was hitting on a guy's daughter, and the guy left him an email that was like,
No, it was a voicemail.
Voicemail that was like, "I'm gonna like fucking beat the shit out of you." Or
That was
something.
That was John Dennis from Dennis and Callahan.
Tell me.
That was WEEI. Yeah.
There's video footage, or audio footage, I should say, of the voicemail. Hold on a second.
It's on YouTube. I could find it.
Isn't that the same station that Brady had a little bit of a beef with when he had the weekly program?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the Alex Reamer thing?
Yes.
Well, there were two things, and then there was the guy doing the accent of his agent.
I found it.
Which is really fucking stupid. You're crazy.
Here, wait, I'm getting it lined up right now. But someone actually posted it on YouTube. All right, here's the call here.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Is this Rotello or Rotillo or Rodillo or Rosillo or whatever your name is? John Dennis calling. Rotillo. 2 points you need to understand. Number one, I don't know who the fuck you are or what it is you do. I guess you're on the zone, and I guess you're a radio wannabe. Beyond that, I've never heard a word out of your mouth. I don't know who the hell you are, and I don't even know what you do. And I guess you're going around telling people, including Chachio, my producer, and my daughter last night, that I shit on you and say, I don't know what you do or I don't know what you're talking about. You're quoting me by saying that. Hey, brother, I don't know the first goddamn thing about you. Number two, I'm wondering if you're still hungover or were you so drunk and thrown up last night that you even remember any of these conversations. So let me tell you a couple things. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't give a shit who you are. But I guess you're hitting on my daughter and telling her stuff that your dad, meaning me, is criticizing what it is you do for a living. I don't know the first goddamn thing about you. Number two, you're a fucking drunk who's hit on my daughter and saying, I want to be with you and create a scandal. I'll tell you what, you want to create a scandal, why don't you, as like half my age, what are you, late 20s? I'm early 50s. You want to create a scandal? Why don't you come and find me, and I'll rip your fucking ears off, your nose off, and I'll shove them up your ass, and balls up around your head.
Oh, Jesus.
That would create a scandal. You want to be in the eye column? You want to create a scandal? You want to do something other than some jag-off on the zone? Why don't you come see me face to face? Give me 10 seconds. Tell me I'm Ryan Rotello or whatever the fuck your name is. I'll take your balls up around your ass. You can go to a hospital. Then we'll create a scandal. Do you remember any of this from last night? Do you remember any of this from last night, give me a call. Go ahead and give me a call.
End of message, Gilly.
So how many times did he have to say, I don't know who the hell you are?
And Rotello.
And purposely mispronouncing his name like anybody in the world has a last name Rotillo.
By the way, I forgot. So he wasn't on WEEI. He was on the, because he said The Zone. That was an AM station, like all the way up in like the 1800s of the AM dial, which is like death on radio. If you're the higher you're up on AM, the worse the signal is. So,
but the thing about this voicemail, first of all, he's like, I don't know who the hell you are, but also has his number. So that I thought was a little weird. But here's the thing, though. If any of this happened, like his daughter just like told her dad about all this, that's super weird.
Well, it sounds like he was an alcoholic, regardless of when he was in his 20s or now.
It doesn't sound like he was an alcoholic. It sounds like he drank a lot, but John Dennis may. I could be wrong. I think John Dennis had a drinking problem too. If I'm not
he did. I think
he did. Okay,
I'm going to check that, but yeah, because I probably should confirm that before making that a factual point, because everyone assumes everything they hear is real.
I could be completely wrong about it. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
I'm looking.
No, he did. He
went to rehab.
Yeah, at 63, he acknowledged he had a long-term struggle with alcohol following a relapse. I don't know what it is with WEEI, but so many alcoholics on that station.
Kirk
Minahan is one. Well, I don't know if Mutt's an alcoholic, but he was caught drunk driving. I don't know if you know about that.
He's at Barstool now also.
He's at Barstool now. So Mutt had some drinking issues. Chris Curtis, the producer, was also an alcoholic.
Was he the one that had the Mina Kimes incident, or no?
Yes. They said somebody said the term nip, and he said Mina Kimes. I never heard the term nip other than the term nipple.
I remember that's the only time I remember it being used. That phrase.
But he was an alcoholic. I think he actually cheated on his wife with one of the. I don't know, like an intern or one of the workers there. Somebody at the station.
Cutthroat business.
So actually some Giants news has been developing today.
What?
With an intern, Lucy Burge. That's crazy.
People within the Giants building are all now reporting to Dawn Aponte, the new vice president of football operations. Dawn then reports directly to John Harbaugh. Joe Shane has, quote, basically been relegated to handling scouting, per Pat Leonard of the Daily News.
Great.
He's getting fired after this season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So anyway, we have. Can we play the Stephen A. Smith sound? Stephen A. Smith might be running for president.
Okay, so we have two sounds. One is his desire to run, and one is him that he's going to run as a Democrat.
All right, we have a few. All right, whichever. Play it in chronological order. I would like to see Stephen A. Smith run for president. Honestly, I think it's too bad Obama was president, because it would be really funny if Stephen A. Smith was the first black president.
I mean, but wait a minute. He's already come out and admitted he doesn't want to give up his salary from ESPN and Sirius and all that stuff to be president.
I think he's not actually going to run because he wants
the attention.
I think he's doing it all for attention. He's smart. No smart person in his position runs for president.
He makes almost $40 million between those two jobs. Okay, he's not giving that up. I just Francesa'd there. Anyway,
play the first sound.
Okay.
Somebody talks about me being a president or whatever. I have no desire to be a politician. Zero. I have no desire to run for office.
But you're not ruling it out.
I'm not ruling it out because I'd love to be on the debate stages against some of these individuals that think they're better suited to run the country. Because I think that the American people deserve to listen to and hear from somebody who genuinely cares about making life better for them instead of yourself.
Okay.
Let me just say this. So basically what he's saying is, I want to debate, but I don't want to be president.
I guess.
It would be like saying I want to have a wedding, but I don't want to be married.
So here's my question.
It doesn't really make any sense.
Well, that's like having alcohol without the hangover.
So here's my question then. Wouldn't it be more appropriate then for what he wants to be like the moderator, like a Lester Holt kind of role?
No, because moderators don't debate; they moderate, so it's different.
They just sit there and ask the dopey questions that everyone else has to
Here's
say.
the thing. Here's the thing. I think all presidential debates should be podcast form, not the way we do it now, where everybody gets 15 seconds to answer a question.
I mean, but I would like to see somebody like a Stephen A. challenge. You know, these people want to run for president.
But here's the problem with the 15-second thing. No one ever follows the rules anyway.
Correct.
So what's the point?
Well, like Colin knows, they run the light, you know. They run the light.
No, but I'm serious. Like, they don't follow those rules, and then like you hear them, like the moderators lost control last debate.
The
Like,
problem is though. The problem I have with it though is that they don't treat everybody equally. That some people go on much longer than others. They cut other people off.
Okay.
Like in the Republican debate, Doug Burgum talked for 5 seconds. We're like, all right, that's enough. Like
That's enough out of
move
you.
on to the next guy.
Well, Nick, we know from experience. We were on Hofstra's campus the day of the first Trump-Clinton debate.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was bad too.
And Jill Stein tried getting on the stage, and I think they escorted her
Yep.
out.
We saw. I saw her. I saw her, and I saw her people like before the debate, like outside on the Hofstra's campus.
Could be worse. Could be AOC.
Well, imagine that, like Stephen A. Smith debating AOC. Imagine, like Stephen A. Smith is good at debating. I don't know if he's good at debating in that format.
I will tell you, when I was working at ABC, 2 people I did meet. Stephen A. did come into the station.
Oh, really?
That was interesting. Actually, he was very nice. I was expecting him to be like, "Who's this idiot?" And I'm just going to walk by him. He actually shook my hand.
Oh, wow.
AOC, I stayed clear of that fire. when
The
she
only
came
time I've seen Stephen A. Smith in person was at the first Fanatics Fest. I was there on the day he was on stage in one of the
Yes.
studios. It was before the Tyson Paul press conference. I arrived early, and he was still doing a little show with Peyton Manning.
Nick, the worst thing though, because I was producing the show that AOC was coming into studio to do, and
They
I'm
had
trying
her
to
in studio.
what?
They had her in studio?
Is in studio with the show I was producing at the time. And I'm trying to tell her like all the like how long the segment's gonna be and all this stuff. She's like, ugh, okay, I don't need you to tell me this. And I'm like,
That's relevant information.
And I'm like, okay. I said, just stay here. I will let you know when to go in. But she was like in a mood. Like she probably was out at a bar bartending because that's her normal job anyway.
Well, that was yeah.
So she's weird. Stephen A was fine. I was expecting it the opposite. Like I thought Stephen A was going to come in and start screaming everywhere. He didn't. I was like, okay,
well, Stephen
good.
A. Smith has a quiet voice too. He goes very up and down.
Well, the Stephen A scream or the Stephen A I'm quiet and I don't want to cause any distractions whatsoever.
You get a little bit of both.
I mean, when you have sounds like over the years,
Was
like
on crack.
I was
mean,
just
like-
gonna play that freaking one.
Well,
or no. How about this
I
one?
am having a very bad day. Today is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time.
I feel like I have half a Stephen A soundboard on here at times. Like there's other ones too.
Stay off the
There it
weed.
Do you really think someone has enough breath intake to do that for real?
He does.
Yeah,
He does.
Look,
I'm old enough to remember when Stephen A. Smith was on ESPN New York. Before he was
radio.
big.
Yeah.
He's the only sports media personality who is relevant outside of sports. Like, you don't need to know anything about sports to know who Stephen A. Smith is.
That's true. Well, culturally. Yeah.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith is more famous than most NBA players.
I don't know if I go that far.
I mean, he objectively is. He's more
I agree.
famous. He's more famous than almost every NBA player, with the exception of LeBron, Curry, Durant. Like, all right, maybe there's 5 or 10 guys that might be more famous than he is, but I mean, he's more famous than he's more famous than SGA is.
I would say he makes more money than some athletes do.
I would say he's more famous than SGA. I would say Stephen A. Smith is more famous than SGA. Is that crazy?
No, I wouldn't say that's totally crazy. I mean, I don't know. I think I see too much of Stephen A. Like way too much.
But think about like how I do respect him a lot because he is like he's become so relevant in the sports world. He's relevant in the non-sports world.
My favorite is when he tries to lie his way through a sport that he has no idea with whatsoever, and then like he just starts yelling and screaming about it, and you're like, he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Just saying.
Before you go into the next clip, just to give full context, because they weren't too far off in the CBS segment that this stems from. So right after that first clip, voice clip, which we already played, the next bit is from a previous appearance on Stephen Colbert, where he's talking about how basically in Washington it's just the left hating on the right and the right hating on the left, and no business gets done. And then it goes back to the interview, and then the next voice clip.
All right, here we go.
Did you run as a Democrat?
Yeah, because I couldn't see myself running as a member of the GOP. I'm a fiscal conservative. I can't stand high taxes. But I'm a social liberal in the same breath because I believe in living and let live. I pay attention to the desolate and the disenfranchised. Yes, I like strong borders. That's absolutely true. We never needed open borders, but we don't need it to be completely closed either. We're a gorgeous mosaic.
Sounds like you're getting a stump speech ready, Stephen.
No.
So that's typical Stephen A. Let me take both sides of the argument so I can't
play
lose.
both ways. Although,
hey, that's great work to show that he can be a politician.
No one wants him to be a politician. No one.
Yeah, except saying I'm a fiscal conservative and a social liberal is not the smartest way to go about it.
Would you say? Well, I would say for Stephen A. though, stay off the weed could be a great campaign if he would become president, though.
Not if he runs as a Democrat.
Yeah, it's like
No, I'm just saying generally. Like then he can use one of his actual catchphrases.
He's gonna run as a libertarian.
Yes. Well, no, that would never work if his slogan is "Stay off the weed."
That's a fair point.
I'm hoping Kanye has another run this upcoming.
Oh,
God, no, Kyle.
You know what? I think I would want Kanye and Floyd Mayweather to run together. That's what I want.
That's where we're
There you
at.
go, Tom. Two guys that have a lot of money and shit it all away and ruin their career.
Yeah. That's who we need.
I'm just saying that's the only way you would get me to watch a debate would be if Stephen A. Smith is on it. Like that is the only way I would ever watch.
Well, I would put the Constitution in front of Floyd Mayweather and ask him to read.
This would be the Democrats' punishment to the Republican Party for Trump.
No,
we have Stephen A. Smith.
Nick.
What if we had Stephen A. Smith versus Mark Teixeira?
Oh
God, Nick, no.
No, but Nick, you worked the night of actual election nights. I've done it quite a few times where you have to be you were at Fox, where I was at ABC. Those are like the worst nights to work in radio or any type of digital media for you. Well,
for me, it was easy because it didn't really affect me personally.
Oh no, I had a producer run the board for the show.
But yeah, it's busy. But
I'll never forget they actually protested in front of the radio station too.
But imagine if Stephen A. Smith is running and we just see his face with like the numbers coming up and it's like 48%.
I mean, I could also see him like if he hates his opponent, he's just going to say
Because he's a raw pain in the ass.
See, he's got every catchphrase in the book. Hey, look
Well,
at my
how about
catchphrases.
Stephen A. Smith and Paul Feinbaum?
Well, he almost ran for a Senate seat.
I know Paul Feinbaum ended up turning it. The reason Feinbaum decided not to run is because he was told by an advisor that his running pitch should be to run against Disney.
Oh, that's stupid.
That would be, first of all, that would never work because he worked there his whole career. Like he would have no credibility. Everybody would just point out, you worked at ESPN for 20 years. How can you possibly just have your whole campaign be shitting on Disney? Like, how would that ever even work?
And he makes a lot of money at Disney. He makes like a few million a year.
He has it pretty good. To what? Be a senator and take a step back in life?
Why would you do that? Like, if I'm Stephen A., you're going to step back for president. You do realize that president only makes $400,000 a year compared to what he's making.
So yeah, I'm sure Feinbaum makes more than $400,000 a year.
No, he does. He makes a couple million a year.
I'm sure he does. Yeah. So why would he want to do that?
Because he's an annoying, obnoxious voice.
Oh, I love Paul Feinbaum. I mean, he's a little too pro SEC for my liking, but
he really does work on the SEC network.
So, but I do love Feinbaum. I think he is just the voice of college football for ESPN.
By the way, I found it hilarious when he was taking calls and people were asking him about the Senate stuff, and they kept either dumping the question when it was being asked on air,
really?
Or they were hanging up right as the person was getting to the question. Like, come on, man, you're gonna censor? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was his choice or if it was ESPN's choice.
I have no idea, but come on, don't censor. Like, we know ESPN's full of politics. Can we just
My
admit that
favorite
already?
thing, though, about Stephen A. Smith's presidential run is that they have to get on the set of First Take the next day and pretend that nothing happened.
And say, I never meant to run.
No, like they can't. They don't even address it on First Take.
Oh, no.
They just have to do the sports news.
No, my favorite is I think he's going to break the rule where he's not supposed to show up on TV or like what is that stupid rule again for politicians, like even time or whatever they call it?
Yes.
And he's going to show up on First Take because obviously even if he's not, he's supposed to give up his job while running as a politician. You don't think they're going to have him on First Take as many times as they can during the debates and stuff?
Well, so if he's running, he would not be able to do First Take. Right?
He wouldn't be able to be paid for any job whatsoever while being a politician. So,
yeah, I think that would drive him crazy.
Yeah, no, not when he's got all the money that he's making. It just,
I mean, the ESPN.
It doesn't make any sense.
Make it make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, working at ESPN, the SiriusXM show, his own podcast. He's got a production company. He's on TV shows. He's not giving that up. What's that weird show he's on that he has a character reoccurring on?
General Hospital.
That's it.
Oh, as an actor, yeah.
God, they made him a reoccurring character now, so now he's on.
You can tell from his lines that character was made for Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, of course, of course they were going to do that.
I can't even take it seriously because like it's Stephen A.
The sad
Smith.
part is that probably pays good money, whatever he's being paid to do that.
Oh, I'm sure. Otherwise, he wouldn't take it.
Well, no, he just wants to be on TV. He wants to be on a soap opera or a reality show or whatever. Well, not reality.
Well, that too. Yeah. Did we play both Stephen A. Smith sounds?
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking it up to see how much he makes. Oh, it's not as much as I thought. He makes somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000 an episode.
Yeah, how much do you think actors make?
Well, I guess because I'm thinking more the big names. That's what I was thinking. I thought he had a big enough name, like where he's getting like the big payday as an actor.
No, but he has small roles though.
Yeah, but I think they made his character reoccurring now.
Yeah,
what I know.
The only reason I even know what General Hospital is because of Stephen A. Smith.
That's pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never heard of General Hospital before Stephen A. Smith.
I've known General Hospital since I was like 7, 8 years old.
General Hospital is like one of the longest running shows, I think.
Yeah.
That and what's it called? Days of Our Lives, I think is the other one.
All those soap operas.
I'm looking this up to see how many years it's been on TV.
If you ever seen Urinating Trees videos, is that whenever he does a parody of a series, it's usually of a soap opera.
Okay, so it's General Hospital's been on since 1963.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And what was the other one? Days of Our Lives.
Did that one end?
No.
I think a lot of them are ending.
Well, I think they moved them over to Peacock because they were NBC shows.
Okay.
I know I think all my children ended. That was the other one.
Jeez, we're really traveling back to the 80s and the 90s for this. You have all the millennials who are watching on YouTube saying, "What the hell is this stuff?"
Mm-hmm.
Why are they ranking soap operas?
Yeah.
Well, so can we play the St. John's Providence fight?
Yeah, I have that over here in sound. Okay.
From the Red Storm. Hopkins running the floor. Hopkins. Oh, he is whacked. Hard foul. Hopkins springs up. And it is on the baseline. Powell just took a swing. Not good. There were elbows flying everywhere. And this is going to take a while to unravel. We might get some ejections here.
The VA in that first game in the Garden, you had to dust up between Powell and Ejiofor in front of the Providence bench. And then that right there, not the kind of play you want.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was a game where St. John's basically stomped out Providence.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
By the
but
way,
the game Providence was up by 1 point at the time.
By the way, it is so funny to hear broadcasters when a fight breaks out. Because, like, you could tell they clearly have no direction to where they're going when they're trying to say a fight is happening whatsoever.
What's the guy's name on Providence? Powell?
I think so, yeah.
Liam, you brought this up. What the hell kind of haircut is that?
Yeah, it was horrible. Duncan Powell's haircut. Yeah, he has a shag carpet haircut. It's insane.
Let me see.
He has a shaved head and a very small.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
What?
I'm looking at Powell's haircut right now. That's
There's
not
no
even
hair except the very, very except on his neck.
Yeah, that's not even a skullet. That's a necklet.
That's probably why you started the fight. Bryce Hopkins probably made fun of his hair, and then you got all mad about it. Well, a lot of this is because Bryce Hopkins transferred from Providence to St. John's. I don't know if that's the reason why, but there had to have been some bad blood between them beforehand. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened.
I guess.
Yeah, he was getting booed the entire game. Whenever he touched the ball, he was already getting booed.
Wait, Nick.
Yeah.
You mean the other way around from St. John's to Providence?
No, he transferred from Providence to St. John's. The guy got fouled. Bryce Hopkins, who got fouled.
Oh, okay.
Transferred from St. John's, and he's like a top. He's their top post player probably, but yeah. So they were booing him already the whole game before that happened. But that was just an insanely dirty foul. As there was another dirty foul after the fight too, which
they had to break up again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Before
So after the fight, there was another really dirty foul by Providence. But that was just a brutal foul. I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's no justification for it. I think it's because it's really just. I don't know if it's because he transferred or if there was just already bad blood between them, which I think there probably was.
Well, yeah, and Powell already got into a fight in the first time they played. Providence beat him at the Garden.
They did say there was history leading into this when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, St. John's, they started off a little slow this year.
They're really good.
But now they've gotten a lot better.
Really good. St. John's are really, really good. And they started off slow also partly because they played a very tough schedule to start the season. And a lot of people had expectations. But I think they were 5-4. I think they were 5-4 at one point. They're 20-5 now. So they're really good. They beat UConn the other day. St. John's could go to the Final Four this year.
Yeah, as long as our shooting's a little better than it was last year. Outside shooting was terrible last year.
I mean, the top is very stacked. I think the top two teams are way, way better than anyone else, but there's a lot at the top. It's very stacked.
I can only imagine what life is going to be like around here in New York if St. John's is making a strong March Madness run and the Knicks are basically still in top contention in the East Conference.
Well, it would be really expensive to walk inside the Garden.
Yeah, basically. There would basically be basketball fever around this city.
I mean,
That would be, a little bit like last year, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
I think it'd be bigger than last year, especially if they make the freaking Final Four.
Well, So wait, can we talk about the All-Star game a little bit? So
I was gonna say, if we were talking about rankings, we're talking about basketball. We got
my God! By the way,
why
I didn't
is
even know he was
Karl-Anthony
on.
Towns on Team World?
Apparently, he got
Did I
traded.
miss the part where New Jersey seceded from the Union?
Maybe. By the way, did anyone even know that they put on the festivities at 5 p.m. Eastern
because of the Olympics?
Like, I totally forgot that they were even on. Like, first of all, the NBA All-Star festivities, they need to cancel them. Just get rid of them.
Nick, I understand the frustration of the 5 p.m. start time, but NBC is not giving up the Olympics primetime slot.
No, I'm not talking about the Olympics. I'm saying that the NBA should just cancel the All-Star festivities. They are a complete joke.
And they didn't even do a skills challenge. It was
They had the dunk contest and they had the 3-point contest, which, by the way, Dame Lillard was.
No, they didn't even have the 3-point contest. It was the
Dame Lillard won.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's not healthy all year, but he was healthy enough to go compete in the 3-point contest and win.
Okay, so I wasn't looking. I wasn't at my TV during the 3-point contest because when I turned it on, it was the team competition that the Knicks won.
It just made no sense. And then you had, what was it, broken up into 4 teams for the All-Star game, I think? And then they all played against one another.
Well, that was what the NHL did a few years back.
Well, you had the 4 Nations.
And then the 4 Nations last year, yeah. Which the NHL isn't having an All-Star weekend this year because they're in the Olympics right now.
By the way, Nick, if you want something that's even more ridiculous, did you see Kevin Durant's burner account was revealed?
I heard about that, but I didn't hear exactly what happened.
So apparently they found the burner account that he was writing all the comments, and like he was insulting like his own teammates on the Rockets and other stuff he was saying on there. And
man, it's super weird how insecure Kevin Durant is. He's like a Hall of Famer, one of the best basketball players ever, and he has such a small ego.
Well, first of all,
his ego, I should say.
And I'll stand on this because I don't care. And Kevin Durant could come after me. I really don't care either. He probably will because he trolls everybody. Kevin Durant's not an NBA champion without Stephen Curry at all.
But okay, but
that's not fair. I don't think that's a fair.
Curry's not a 4-time NBA champion without Kevin Durant. So that's.
I mean, that's like saying
Steph Curry was the leader of the team. Okay,
no, he wasn't.
I agree that he was the leader of the team, but Durant was. They wouldn't have won the titles without Durant.
Durant won Finals MVP all the years they played together.
Yeah, and what did Durant do when he couldn't win with OKC? Jumped over to Golden State.
Okay, but the point is that you can say he wouldn't have won without Curry, but Curry wouldn't have won without Durant because he didn't win the year before without Durant. So I don't really think that's totally fair.
Yeah, but Durant can't be a leader by himself at all.
In fairness, Curry has won a couple of titles without Durant.
He's won one without
or one.
Yeah, no, he's won twice without him, but
twice.
He wouldn't have won those without him either. I mean,
right? Like I think you could say that about anybody. That's like saying Jordan wouldn't have won without Pippen.
But
as far as
wait a minute, what is the track record of Kevin Durant since he's left Golden State?
Oh, he's been.
Well, hold on. First of all, hold on. They would have won the title if Durant and if Irving and Harden didn't get hurt that year, and if his foot was 2 centimeters shorter, they would have won the title that year. They were killing the Bucks before those two guys got hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, that's partial fallacy of a predetermined outcome. I know what you're saying.
I think you can pretty safely assume they would have won the title that year if Harden and Irving and Kyrie stayed healthy. That's absolutely.
And as far as the leader comment goes, I mean, I would compare that more to maybe Dwayne Wade and LeBron during LeBron's time with Miami. That Stephen Curry was like D Wade, the longtime hometown guy who's
right. But that was D Wade's team always.
Right. No, that's Nick. That's my point. And then Kevin Durant is the role of LeBron James, where it's the big star coming in, just giving that extra boost.
But to say that Durant's not a champion is a stretch because even if you
wait a minute, it's not that I said he wasn't a champion. I said I don't know if he would be a champion if it wasn't for Stephen Curry.
Okay, but you can say that about anybody who becomes a champion. Like nobody would win a championship under any circumstances.
Right.
I mean, that would be like saying Steph Curry wouldn't have won the 2015 championship if LeBron had the Cavs not all gotten hurt. Like I don't know.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think it's the same thing. I think that because we've seen what happens when Kevin Durant leads a team. It becomes an abstract failure every time he leads a team. It does.
But can you really say that that's true when he was he didn't win with OKC, but OKC was one of the best teams when he led them. So I don't really think that's really fair.
I think Russell Westbrook at the time was the lead player over KD at that point.
No, he wasn't.
He was treated that way.
No, he was not. No, he was not. No, he was not.
No, he was not.
He couldn't hit a clutch shot to save his life. That's another thing Durant doesn't do.
Westbrook was the most erratic player in the league for years. One of the most erratic, top star player for years.
At least Westbrook put up the stats as
Westbrook
a triple-double.
Put up the stats because he took so many shots. He also had a ton of turnovers. Right. So,
yeah, but Durant didn't have a clutch bone in his body to save his life either.
That just wasn't true. He was more clutch than Westbrook. I bet you can look up you can actually look up these you can look up clutch numbers.
I'm just saying no, but my point I still stick with the fact that Durant doesn't win a title without Curry. It doesn't.
Well, yeah, but
it doesn't. I just don't think it really makes a point. It would be like you could say that that's like saying Michael Jordan wouldn't have won without Pippen. Like you can make that argument. But at the same time, if Steph Curry wasn't on the Warriors, he wouldn't have went to the Warriors. He would have been like you're just setting. It's a fallacy of a predetermined outcome. Like he wouldn't have joined the Warriors if not for Steph Curry. He would have been on. Maybe he would have stayed with Oklahoma City. He would have had Westbrook. Maybe he would have won there. Who knows?
I just think his reputation of jumping to every team when he's not happy.
But I don't really care about that. Like that. Like the point is, he won 2 championships. Like we can. The context of winning championships, I really do believe matters. But
both things can be true. That he is an NBA champion, and it is deserved that we have the My Next Chapter meme.
Right, right.
But you notice every time he's not happy, he has to turn the team that he's on into a clown show every single time.
I don't agree with that either because it was more Kyrie Irving doing that than it was him on the Nets. That was more that James Harden has more of that reputation. But to be fair to Durant too, he had probably a couple more guaranteed championships, and he left to the Nets.
First of all,
if he had stayed at Golden State, he probably would have won a couple more.
By the way, who said James Harden?
Well, yes, but no.
And then you mentioned
Clown show.
If you look at the big 3 in Brooklyn, that broke up because of Kyrie Irving and James Harden. Way more than Durant.
I would know that best. I would know that best. I'm the one Net fan in here. Okay. So I've dealt with more horrible Nets teams and being a fan of a team that's had more destruction than any other.
You
NBA
sound like an
team.
FAN caller right now.
Am I wrong?
You have to rattle off your bona fides and your whole Net fan resume.
No, but you were telling me about the Nets, and I said, I know. I've been a miserable Net fan for over a decade. I know.
No, but the point I was making was that Durant was not really to blame for that team, for the big 3 coming undone as much as Kyrie Irving and Harden were. That my biggest criticism of Durant is that he wanted to play with Kyrie. That's my biggest criticism.
And also, when you talk about the clutch team, the game where his foot was just a little bit too big to beat to beat Milwaukee, if the Nets win that, it would go down as one of the greatest games the players ever had in the history of the NBA.
No, I'm not debating that. That was a good game.
In that game.
I think there was just a point where Kyrie didn't want to play basketball anymore. He just wanted to be a big head case.
Well, no, he was too busy saying the earth was flat.
Well, also New York had a lunatic rule where you could not play if you weren't vaccinated. But so that also played big into what happened with that team.
Yeah, you can blame Eric Adams.
But wait a minute. The NBA had that rule for every player. So
it was New York. He could play away.
It was only New York. That's not true. There were other players that were unvaccinated. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. A player could have played on the road in Brooklyn that was unvaccinated. So
I agree with you.
Bradley Beal was unvaccinated. So if the Wizards played the Nets, Bradley Beal, who's unvaccinated, would have been able to play at the Barclays Center. But
that
not
one
Kyrie Irving.
That one you're totally right. That one you're totally right.
It doesn't make any logical sense. You could Second of all, weren't they testing the players for COVID anyway?
They had a rule where I think you either had to get the vaccine or at some point you weren't allowed to play.
That's not true. The NBA didn't have that rule.
No, the NBA didn't have that rule.
They had some rules that you couldn't play in certain areas because of all the other
No.
That was the local municipalities' rules. That's why.
Those were the local governments that were doing that. New York City made that up. The NBA didn't. It had nothing to do with the NBA. The NBA, they may have had a rule where if you weren't vaccinated, you had to get tested or something like that. Maybe it was something like that, but it was never that you couldn't play.
Oh, they had to submit to local testing. That's what they had to do if they weren't vaccinated.
Right, but they were still allowed to play. That was the extent of it, and it really just wasn't a big deal. And Kyrie Irving was adamant about not getting vaccinated, and that's why he didn't play. But ultimately, that's on New York City creating those crazy rules, which weren't even like scientific, not remotely scientific. If a player who's not vaccinated from out of state can play in the Barclays Center, but not Kyrie Irving.
Hey Tom, go ask Bill de Blasio. He was giving away chicken nuggets and fries. If you got
he literally
your vaccine.
had he was eating like burgers and fries. It was like, think of this when you think of vaccination.
Which I was like, what the
has
fuck
nothing to
is
do with
this?
vaccination. Like you're just connecting two things that have nothing to do with each other.
I was like, what does one have to do with the other? I was like, what is happening here? Like,
Sorry, guys, I do have to leave.
You could just hop off. You don't have to.
I don't want to interrupt, but thank you for having me.
He has to go get vaccinated.
I'm gonna go get my my 15th booster. I'm in New York City right now. I can't do stand up without it. So have a good night, guys.
Yeah. Let's see. Between that and giving out the was there a story where he was giving out like Mets tickets to those who were released from prison or something like that?
yes, I did see that too.
Yeah, I think they want to go back to prison.
Yeah.
More like get out of jail free card.
By the way, what fan base do you think has the most convicts?
Wow.
I have a few. Raiders fans. Raiders.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Raiders probably have the most, and then the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to ask AI that question?
I mean, look, I don't think anybody.
Goddamn Cowboy.
I guarantee you, some fan bases have more convicts or former convicts than others. The Raiders, I would bet, are number one.
The Dodgers, maybe.
You think? Maybe.
They're
I think it's the
they're
Raiders.
too busy. They're too busy pushing money off to the side that they don't have to pay.
I would bet. Here's another theory I have. I bet that Yankee fans have higher crime rates than Met fans.
All right, so I decided to ask Gemini.
Oh no!
They're not going to give a straight answer.
There is no definitive official or comprehensive statistical database that tracks criminal. However, based on studies, reported arrest data, and public perception, here's the breakdown of the available information.
Oh no!
For soccer with the Premier League, they're going with Man United.
Okay.
The NFL, they are going with the Bengals, Ravens, and the Raiders.
All right. Ravens, I can understand. There's a lot of crime in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's true.
Bengals, that's a weird one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's a weird one.
Soccer, as a sport, soccer makes complete sense because
I mean, I don't blame Cincinnati and the Bengals because they probably commit crimes every time Joe Burrow goes down and out for the year. But
soccer makes sense though because number one, the global popularity of the sport, and number two, the hooligans. If you've ever been to a soccer game,
yes,
on the other side of the world.
God, actually, Callan would have been the perfect one. He's like the big soccer nut.
Yeah,
Nick,
we'll have to ask him tomorrow on tomorrow's edition of Lounge if he agrees that Man United makes sense.
He said that when he goes to some of the games, like he said, there's sections guarded by security because they're afraid of other fans attacking fans.
Well, that's just a soccer thing because soccer fans are just so crazy.
I've never been to like one of those. I've never been to a soccer game, period. But I heard it's wild and crazy and insane when you go to soccer games.
Yeah, that doesn't. That
Fun
doesn't.
atmosphere. Well, I've been to a couple of Red Bulls games during college. They're fun.
I mean, you have NYCFC, which aren't they technically? Well, them and the Liberty are the last team to win a title in New York.
Yep.
Which is kind of sad, actually. But
yeah, not something women's basketball.
they're going to be they're about to go on strike soon anyway.
And Callan's going to be all on top of that.
On strike. We're going on strike.
Well, did you see? Can we play the audio of Nick Wright?
Well,
talking about the All-Star game.
I have to see if I can find it.
Nick, DiMartino, I'm surprised you haven't asked for the Doug Gottlieb audio yet.
Oh, the one. Oh, where he calls out the referee,
smashing a table in the press conference.
He was mad that he got a technical foul.
Oh, we got to play that
at the end of the game. He was going nuts in the press conference.
I saw it. Let me see if I can find it. While you...
Wait. We have to play that.
Yeah, go to that one.
Can we play the video or only the audio?
No, I could probably play the video on that one. Oh, I found it, but it's not great quality.
It doesn't matter as long as we can hear it.
Rico Bosco probably loved it.
Rico Bosco.
I like him, even though he's nuts. But
I mean, yeah, it's easy to like him when he doesn't throw a high noon can at your head.
Oh God, it's only coming in on one side of my headphones, which means someone did a terrible job.
No, then get a different one.
Well, I hate when people video the screen of a press conference that's on TV and then they post it on social media because they think
is it the short that says Doug Gottlieb absolutely unloaded?
Yes. Is it in a press conference?
Yeah. Wait.
Just send me the link.
All right. Hold on a second. I'll send it through Slack.
Oh, I found it. You mean where he's smashing the table and cursing?
Yeah.
This one. I just sent it.
I mean, I found it anyway.
Okay, play it.
It's like a 43-second clip. Hold on. But he's like banging the table away. Hold on, let me pause it so it doesn't play. Here. Okay. So here's Gottlieb losing his mind.
I did not leave my body. All I said was that's the same play as the other end. All we ask is that there's a fair game. That's what we ask. I need Donnie at the league and the new commissioner to explain to me charity in the officiating. I got no problem.
It's taking a long time to load.
The last play of the game, just to get the ball, they're grabbing us and holding it. Okay? And I understand. If you're not calling that, that's fine. You had the exact same play at both ends in the last play of the game. The exact same play.
Jeez.
The exact same play. There was nothing that should have been called a technical foul. I know when I earned one. I did not earn one.
That's great.
I guess that's what he does when he can't quite get the credit card number down.
So basically what he was saying was...
makes sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Where does he coach? Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I remember I saw he was stepping down, and I was like, oh, he's stepping down from his coaching job. I was like, no, he's stepping down from his radio show. I was like, what?
It's just crazy that he was doing a radio show while he was coaching a college basketball team.
Well, it's a national show.
It's
a national show. You technically can take it anywhere you want and do it.
Well, yeah, but you're focusing on that when you should.
Well, it's probably a pain in the ass for the people who work behind the scenes to have to deal with him being remote all the time.
Well, that's the problem. That's like going to a live event every single day of every single year, trying to.
It's not fair to his staff.
Well, yeah, and then they just replaced him with Stu Gotts. So, it is what it is.
Dougie credit cards.
Yeah, but Nick, would you rather be hassled with him being remote all the time, or have to live in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
Oh, I would rather him be remote than live in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
You want to deal with his loud, obnoxious opinions every single day? I wouldn't.
See, all I can think of is when it's like when MLB teams, and you brought up remote and you brought up COVID, when MLB teams would keep their radio people, like they would try to do it remote.
It was
the memories of trying to hear John Sterling and Susan Waldman call Yankee games on the radio while remote.
I mean, Nick, I told you the story when I was producing Giuliani's show and he was remote, and all of a sudden in the background, I heard a shaking of a glass with ice in it. It was a rocks glass because he was drinking.
I thought you were going to say it was his hairspray that he was.
Oh, that would have been great.
How did you know he was drinking?
Because you can, when I was hearing it, you could hear it was like a one solid ice inside of a of a glass.
Well,
And
there's a particular individual I used to do shows with who would drink Busch Light on live shows.
No.
Steve knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, on review and preview. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
But yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, drinking on a show.
Busch Light. Actually, he allowed it. He allowed nothing. He didn't allow us to talk about Brian Flores, but we could drink on our shows, which, okay.
I'll never forget he yelled at me when I was talking with Paul about the vaccines with Kyrie Irving, and he said, "What do you know about basketball?" I said, "Excuse me?" I said, "That's a sport I know better than everybody else. You're going to question what I know?" Well, we can't talk about vaccines. That's controversial.
Like I get it if it's not a basketball story, but like you can't just pretend that this didn't happen.
I'm not a politics person, but sometimes the lines between sports and politics do cross.
Yeah, and you gotta be able to talk about it.
Also, the Brian Flores thing was not political in the slightest.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
political, but it did be political.
I mean, the problem is because people, it's like a misperception. So people are like, oh, he got fired because of race, and that's when they include all the politics nonsense that comes out from it. So that's why he probably was like, oh, well, I heard all the controversy from Fox News and CNN and all that stuff, so that makes it political. And I'm like, all right, whatever. We see what happened to Review and Preview Network anyway.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I think Ryan Clark and Craig Carton are in a little bit of a feud.
When is Ryan Clark not in a feud with anybody?
Well, yeah, because he's an idiot.
Of course, and ESPN keeps extending him. So who's the idiot here?
Yeah, Ryan Clark fires back at Craig Carton. Wait, I think it was on Twitter.
Well, it was probably on Craig Carton's show account if they posted it.
No, they didn't post it.
Because they post everything, like every ridiculous thing that he says. And I'm like, ugh, enough, please. Didn't ask for this.
I think it may have been on. Wait, let me see. I'm trying.
Was it on his streaming show?
Oh yeah, it's on Twitter. He tweeted. Here it is.
Was it from the 10th?
He replied to something.
Oh, it was a tweet? Oh, I found something else on videos.
It was a reply.
I mean, when is he ever not outspoken though? That's a Craig Carton staple right there.
Well, they're both outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Clark is just substantially dumber than everybody else who's outspoken.
I mean, he almost got into a fight with Peter Schrager, threatening to hurt him on the ESPN set.
Well, he pulled the whole. He said, "Y'all make up anything. Hope it got you some clicks, brother."
Yeah, I mean, but Ryan Clark is under the category of I'm a former player. You never played like I did.
Which is always said, which I can't stand because it doesn't make you correct just because you're a former player.
I agree.
It doesn't mean anything.
But that's what Clark does all the time. I'm a former player, so I know better than you. I'm like, no, you don't.
Like, argue with the point I'm making. Don't argue with the credentials. You know,
that always
pisses me off. Like, you're not proving me wrong.
Like when Stephen A's on First Take, he's like, I'm the executive producer of First Take. Not just the host. I'm executive producer.
Hey, look, we spent a lot of time on this network talking about Ryan Clark.
I mean,
wait, can we play the audio of Nick Wright talking about the All-Star game?
Well, yeah, you were asking me. I was trying to find it.
And then you had Doug Gottlieb.
Well, yeah, we played that. What show was it that he was it on First Things First, or was it an interview
It was on
he did?
Bill Simmons. He wouldn't have said it on First Things First. I thought it was
that-
really funny, and I thought it was a really good point.
Because Awful
I
Announcing
totally
did
forgot about it. Here it is. I just sent it.
Because Awful Announcing did a story where Nick Wright is responding, and Bill Simmons has like his head in his hands from a response, supposedly. All right, let's pull this.
I just sent it.
I know, I'm queuing it up so it does. YouTube, you are a pain in the ass. There we go. All right, let's pull it up and see what.
All All right, here it is.
How would you fix the game on Sunday?
Well,
is it fixable? Because I don't think it is.
It's fixable in 4 years if your guy Con Knippel continues on this trajectory. And we just have to say, you know what? PC headlines be damned.
I know where you're going.
White guys versus black guys. Luka, Joker, Flag, Reeves, Knippel against Wimby, whomever. And I'm telling you right now, guys would play fucking hard. Like that, there would be a real edge to the game.
It would get a lot of talking points going.
Get a lot of attention, and we are getting close to a place where it'd be like, oh, that'd be a good game. Like there hasn't been a moment in the NBA in the last 50 years where if that ended up just by chance being the game, it would be you could see either team winning. But right now, like Cooper Flag and Con Knippel and Austin Reeves doing a lot of work.
There. Yeah.
Right. But they also get all the Eastern Europeans. Like you get Luka, you get Joker, you have real talent. That's something. In the meantime, I don't know what the hell you do.
Oh my God.
The funny thing is that he's actually right. He's right. That would be really fun. It would be a really good game. I'm not saying they would ever do that. You can't really, but it would be a good game.
The All-Star Weekend is a complete and objective failure. Now, like, you can't do anything. First of all, going away from just the East versus the West, like, and you want to play 4 games to get to a final, like, just end the All-Star Weekend. Nobody wants it anymore. The dunk contest, no one competes in it. LeBron, I blame
Nick. What I was going to say is, there was once a time where the NBA All-Star game or All-Star Weekend was the top, if not the second top of the 4 major American sports with their All-Star festivities. But I think some of the problems that All-Star Weekend, modern All-Star Weekend presents are more systematical in terms of the whole NBA.
Right.
The fact that we have these stupid rest rules or load management rules, and now it even
it's not about individuals,
awards.
it's about the system.
Exactly, Nick. That's my point.
Yeah. I don't disagree. And here's the thing. Like, people often do the whole back in my day thing, often to bash LeBron. I mean, first of all, LeBron has played in a few different generations of basketball. When LeBron was younger, the All-Star game was a huge deal, and everybody was really hyped for the All-Star game. Here's the thing, though. The way it used to be is that there was no load management because there didn't need to be any load management. Now, there's been a huge overcorrection where I have no problem with load management. There's a little too much of it. Like I just think it's out. I'm okay with the concept of load management in general, just not to the degree that we see it.
There are coaches literally sitting stars. Like literally. Like
yeah. Now we've gotten to the point, where Adam Silver is basically openly admitting that he's looking into potentially removing the whole concept of a draft.
Oh, stop. That's never going to... And by the way, the Jazz owner, and I can't remember his name, Ryan Smith, who he got fined, the Jazz got fined $500,000 by the NBA for sitting 4 starters against the Miami Heat. Well, guess what? The Jazz won the game.
Yeah.
And they still got fined $500,000.
Well, remember Greg Popovich got fined for benching Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker.
That was the first known instance because that was a game on TNT. It was the first time it's ever happened on a national game against the Miami Heat. But
I agree, he should have been fined.
But when I hear about what Silver is considering doing, now I know NBA and MLB don't have the same problems. I know the NBA has a salary cap, but still, I think, removing of the whole concept of draft and all these new young players from the NCAA are going to be NBA stars who are free agents. It's like, well, F the small teams then, small market teams then, because that's just gonna really F them over.
But I'm just saying is this whole thing about load management. I don't know how you fix it. There's really no way to fix it. And I saw a few quotes over the last couple hours that these teams are willing to pay the fines to play horribly because the draft matters in the first round.
Well,
that's a different thing than load management, though. Here's the thing,
but I think the lottery system is broken. I'm not against the idea of a lottery, but I think all the overcorrection that they've been trying to do, and where the first three or the bottom three all have the same odds, I think it's caused more headaches than it has solutions.
But just this whole thing where the whole systematic thing, which you're talking about, where they said, oh, well, if you don't play in this many games, you can't win the end of season awards. Do these players even give two shits if they win an award at the end of the year? No.
It doesn't matter. The whole thing is stupid.
Yeah.
The whole thing is stupid. I don't care if... Look, I don't think there should be qualifiers for awards. If you don't play enough, you're probably not going to win an award anyway. So,
well, Joel Embiid won an MVP over Jokic. He probably shouldn't have.
Well, Embiid had an amazing year. That's why he won.
Nick, he missed like half the year. Jokic played.
But sometimes I think even if you miss half the year, you can prove you're MVP. I think you can. I really think you can. And it was also a little bit of Jokic fatigue. That's part of the reason he didn't win.
And that's another thing I can't stand.
I agree with you on that. I don't like it when the fatigue sets in. But I think you can argue Embiid was MVP that year. It's not unjustifiable just because he missed half the year. Because when you miss half the year, you can actually prove how valuable you are when you look at how bad the team is without you versus with you. That's the definition of most valuable player.
What about the Jordan era in the 90s? Did we get tired and have fatigue when Michael Jordan was winning all the awards and everything?
Well, right. And I agree that that's wrong. I think voter fatigue is not a justification in my mind. But I do think that you can justify somebody being MVP if they miss a lot of games. You can.
Yeah, but
if a quarterback misses 8, I'll give you an example. Let's say Joe Burrow misses 8 games, for instance. The team is terrible without him, but Joe Burrow leads the team to the playoffs, even though he doesn't play in 8 of those games. Can that not prove that he's MVP?
I think it's harder in the NFL because you don't play as many games.
No, but the point I'm making is that let's say the Bengals, because it could have happened this year. I mean, it didn't, but it could have. Where the Bengals were kind of out of it without Joe Burrow, and then Joe Burrow comes back, and let's say he leads them to the playoffs. Is that not proof that he's MVP? In that scenario where something like that could happen?
I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think I think voters have to take into account how many games you actually play for an MVP. I'm not saying for everything, because games do matter for a most valuable player.
Look, I don't support qualifiers. Wait, let me see something.
I'm saying what's wrong is that you have to play a certain amount of games to qualify for the MVP. That is stupid.
Okay, so in games that Embiid didn't play, the Sixers were during the 2022-23 regular season. So Embiid played in 65 games that year. So that's actually the minimum.
Well, that's the new rule they put in now, that you have to play 65 games or else you don't qualify for MVP or Defensive Player of the Year or any of those awards, which I think that's stupid in my opinion, but you do have to take into account how many games, because if you look at the amount of games Jokic played, he played way more than Embiid did, and they still gave the award to Embiid.
But I don't really care. I don't think it should matter I don't think there should be qualifiers for winning MVP. I don't really think it matters. I think the whole thing is dumb.
Okay, so how do you determine an MVP? I guess is what I would ask you then.
Who the most valuable player is?
Okay, that's the name of the award.
I mean, literally, that's how I would determine MVP. Who is the most valuable player to his team? That's what I would say.
That could be a team that missed the playoffs, though, technically.
I would have no problem giving MVP to a player who misses the playoffs.
I mean, A-Rod, when he was on Texas, won it a few times, and they were miserable.
A-Rod was the best player in baseball for those years.
That's what I mean. No, that's what I'm saying.
So
Didn't they
why
lose
not? Why can't we have that in basketball?
No, I'm fine with that. But I'm saying a lot of times now that's changed, where we don't even look at, well, it's rare that you have a really good player that has the numbers and also doesn't make the playoffs. You don't really see that anymore.
Not as much, but it could happen. It could happen.
I'm saying it's possible, but back then, like when A-Rod was on 100 lost teams for the Rangers. His numbers were so off the charts that he had to be given the MVP just because of the year he was having.
He was also on steroids. He was on PEDs those years.
Okay,
but
a lot of people were on PEDs.
I'm just saying he was on PEDs those years. Look, I like PED. It's because the NBA has their head up their ass. Well, it would be asses as in plural. So
yes. Oh, there's that California education again.
Yeah, that California education.
All right, sorry.
I guess my point was just, guys, when I was younger, like the All-Star festivities that I tuned into was MLB, which I still do to this day because baseball was my first love of a sport, and I still get kicks out of watching the home run derby and watching, all the stuff that happens during the All-Star game, and NBA All-Star Weekend because I loved, I fell in love with the idea of slam dunks and seeing all the big basketball stars who are competing, and it was always a holiday weekend, the President's Day weekend, so I was always off from school. And I feel like I just can't get into the NBA's festivities anymore, and part of it's because, as I said, it's a systemic issue where you're seeing the big names just not have the motivation to compete.
Yeah, well, the thing
if the NHL continues to do the Four Nations thing they tried last season in the future season where they're not in the Olympics, I think the NHL is going to surpass the NBA in terms of fun, most fun
All-Star game.
Yeah.
Well, look, even if that happens, it doesn't even really matter. The NBA is still always going to be way more popular than the NHL overall. So who cares?
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Ultimately, it's just the time frame. And here's the reason load management exists now is not because players are soft, although I think some NBA players are soft. That's not the reason load management exists. It exists because players are more injury prone now than they used to. They play at a much faster pace than they used to. Players are bigger, stronger, and faster than they used to. And as a result, they're more injury prone.
No, it's also they get paid more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you have guys making $50-60 million a year,
you have more to risk.
You have more to risk.
And owners and / front office people being willing to sit their best guys and tank.
And also, it's just I wouldn't say it's easier, but with the play-in tournament and all that, sometimes it kind of just matters a little less.
I agree with Callan. Absolutely, 100%.
But what is the NHL? So how does the NHL All-Star Game work? That's
not the All-Star Game. He's referring to the Four Nations tournament.
What is the Four Nations?
So the Four Nations is basically they took the four most. Hold on, let me write out the teams.
I mean,
so they're not doing the Four Nations face-off this year because obviously
the Olympics
guys are in the Olympics. But last year, what they did was they took several players, NHL players, and instead of doing an all-star game, they did a four-team round-robin tournament. It was the U.S., Canada, Finland, and Sweden because those are.
They didn't have Russia?
No. I think those are the four countries where the most NHL players come from, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought Russia would be higher on that list.
I think they probably banned Russia.
They what?
They probably banned Russia. Most international.
That's true. Like in tennis, the flag is just nothing.
Yeah. Same in the Olympics, I think.
In the Olympics, they do that too. By the way, it was U.S., Canada, Finland, and Sweden.
Yeah, it was a round-robin tournament. And it actually got a lot of attention last year because of the amount of brawling that happened in the games between the United States and Canada.
You had the U.S. players. I forgot who the two were, but they basically came out and said, "Oh, we're going to fight. We're literally going to knock people over on the ice." That was their mentality.
That's the only time Canadians can fight.
Jeez.
Hold on. Now that I skipped the comment.
Wait until you hear, my benchmark episode. On load management. Yeah, I did a whole episode on how load management is. But he goes on to say NFL is division versus division in a 3-on-3 style game with a fantasy draft picked by celebrity captains. Russia's been banned from international competition due to the Ukraine invasion.
Yeah,
And you could have just said banned from international competition. We all know why.
That's not saying much.
But
Hey,
instead of
Russia's
doing
banned. Why? I don't.
Why?
But instead of doing what Colin said last year, they tried the Four Nations, and I really liked it.
I liked it, and I'm not a hockey
That's
fan.
what they do. It's similar to what they do in the NBA, USA versus World.
Yeah.
But the way they did it, though, the format was just – it took too long, I feel like, just playing all these separate games. But I think they just need to cancel it because no one cares. All these guys –
They're not going to cancel an all-star game. It's a moneymaker for them. Just because
it's not a moneymaker. What are you talking about?
Of course it's a moneymaker.
The all-star game is a big
moneymaker, Nick.
It's a big moneymaker.
I don't think that's not
Just
their
because
biggest
it's not
moneymaker.
good doesn't mean it doesn't make them a lot of money. They're not going to
They
give
still a
up.
lot of sponsorships, and also I guarantee you it destroys whatever the hockey thing is in ratings too. The hockey thing is better to watch, but it probably gets destroyed in ratings.
That's not a debate. I've always said, and Tom knows this, that the NHL is always at the bottom when it comes to
again. You guys have that is not my argument.
No,
my
I'm not saying. I'm not saying
it's not your argument. It's not.
Yeah, my argument is the NHL one is more fun to watch.
Well, yeah, I'm arguing about the money making aspect of it. That even though the NBA one sucks, it gets viewers, which means it gets sponsorships, which means it makes a lot of money for them.
Look, I don't care about all-star games very much. If the worst thing that a league has going for it is that their all-star game sucks, the league is probably in pretty good shape. Ultimately, that is kind of how I feel about the NBA. I think the NBA actually has bigger fish to fry than the All-Star game not being good.
Well, did you see the ridiculous thing, though, that apparently the NFL owners were mad at NBC because they made a deal with the NBA? Did you see that?
Who said that?
It was a huge story. Like, the owners apparently were offended because I think the NFL is going to go back to the negotiating table again, which I thought they just made a new deal.
Because hold on. Are they so mad because the NBC wanted all of the Sundays, the Sunday night baseball and the Sunday night basketball in addition to the Sunday night football?
I'm trying to look it up really quick, but it was a story.
Is that why they're mad? Because that's a petty reason to be mad.
Okay, so NFL executives are reportedly irritated with NBC for agreeing to an 11-year, $27 billion deal with the NBA. Which exceeds the roughly $2 billion NBC pays annually for the elite Sunday night football package. So apparently they're a little butthurt over the money.
No, but once they renegotiate the Sunday night football, they way more.
It's going to be insane, whatever they get for the NFL package. The NBA package I thought was ridiculous. They got what, $77 billion from what I read. I mean, and now they have Amazon and they have Peacock exclusive games. Like, forget it. Like, everything's like Nick D said, except for the Super Bowl, everything's going to end up behind a paywall at some point.
Well, everybody has Netflix and all these streaming services.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, it depends what people consider a paywall. Like,
it's not by that logic. Games being on cable is behind a paywall because you have to pay for cable.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Well, Netflix is technically a paywall.
Wait, but that's what. Yeah.
If you have Netflix, it's not. Cable's also behind a paywall because you need to have cable, and more people have Netflix than cable. So,
You know what, guys? I think we need to be behind the paywall.
No.
Yeah, well, that worked out when we tried it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even debating Nick on that.
It's objectively true.
No, I'm not arguing it either.
I'm not arguing either.
Wait, I just sent you another one. We have to talk about, speaking of countries and speaking of Scandinavian countries, the Norwegian
I saw this.
Olympian. What was he, a skier?
He was a skier, and he admitted.
The one who admitted to cheating on.
He admitted to cheating on his
Crazy
girlfriend.
this is even a story. Wait, we have to play it, though. And he says it in Norwegian or whatever language they speak over there.
So then what's the point? We're not going to understand it.
No, it's English subtitles.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me grab this.
It would be like watching the halftime show with Bad Bunny.
Which was terrible, by the way. All right. Let's grab that and give it a play.
So today I made the choice to
wait.
Tell the world.
I think I sent you the wrong one. That's my fault.
Maybe there's a chance she will.
Wait, no, I didn't send you that one.
What? No, I think when I went to play it, it went to the other video.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on just 1 second. I have to pee.
Okay,
There's talents coming in the meantime.
Are they? Let's see. Are we sure they, the National Betting Ball Association, have bigger fish to fry? When they punish teams like Sacramento and Utah for resting players and tanking, than the gambling scandal that I and Cowan were covering.
Well, I'm not sure what he means there because they did ban those players for life.
They did ban those players.
So, yeah, they did punish those players.
I mean, Jonte Porter was basically the poster for illegal gambling. And who was the other guy? The Terry Rozier, who's basically never going to play again, even though they did rule that they have to pay him, which I don't understand how that makes any sense. I think they said the only way that the team or the NBA didn't have to pay him is if it was some kind of child abuse scandal. It was the only way they didn't have to pay him.
Yeah, it must be something in his contract.
I don't know, but yeah, this cheating scandal thing though, or not that he admitted to cheating on national TV. I mean, I don't know what type of moxie balls you have to admit that while after winning, but
he wanted to show how sorry he was.
That's where you choose to do it.
Yep.
I'm a winner. Oh, I cheated. Wait, competition or life or? Oh, I cheated on my girlfriend. I'm trying to think who. Is that like, what was it, Manti Te'o who got catfished?
Catfished?
Yeah, Manti Te'o, yeah.
Well, getting catfished and cheating and admitting to your cheating live on worldwide television are two different things.
I mean, the Manti Te'o one will always live in infamy forever. Because he kept saying, oh, well, or he had an imaginary girlfriend. That's what it was, right?
He was catfish, yeah. No, it wasn't imaginary. He thought she was real.
Oh, he thought she was real. Okay.
Are you talking about Manti Te'o?
Yes. I was comparing this cheating scandal to like the whole catfishing with Manti Te'o.
It's not really like that. It's just...
That's what I was saying.
Let's see if we can play this video now.
So today I made the choice to tell the world what I did. So maybe there's a chance that she will see what she really means to me. And maybe not. But don't want to think I didn't try everything to get her back. So
that was it.
Wait, that's not the link I sent.
It was. Every time I click on it, that's the video.
No, wait, let me see. No, that's not the one I sent. It's
Oh wait, hold on. What the hell? Now I'm getting YouTube is blocked. Isn't that great?
YouTube is blocked.
Yeah. It's refusing to connect to that link.
No, we got to play the original one. Oh, YouTube.com. What the hell? Why would YouTube be blocked?
Oh, you're getting that too?
I got the same thing when I clicked on it.
Wait, I'll try it one more time. I think I have it. Let's see if I can.
Here it is.
Gratulerer så mye med OL-bronse. Hvordan har du det?
Det stort. Det min første OL-medalje. Og jeg vil takke alle som har hjulpet meg på veien. Spørrerne for en kjempegod skidag, og hele familien som har backa meg. Og så det en jeg ville dele det her med, som kanskje ikke ser på i dag. For et halvt år siden så møtte jeg mitt livs kjærlighet. Verdens vakreste, fineste person. Og for 3 måneder siden så gjorde jeg min største tabbe og var utro mot henne. Og det fortalte jeg for en uke siden.
He's crying.
Og det har vært den verste uken i mitt liv. Så jeg hadde gullmedalje i livet. Det var sikkert bare mange der nå som ser på meg med andre øyne. Men jeg har kun øyne for henne. Jeg vet ikke hva jeg vil fram til ved å si det her nå, men
I mean, am I supposed to feel sympathy for him?
No, I don't think that was the reason he did it. I mean, I don't know why this is even a story. So he cheated on a girl he's been dating for 3 months. Who gives a shit?
6 months. 6 months.
No. He's been dating for 3 months.
Not even 6 months. They were dating for 6 months.
No. He met her 6 months ago, and he says 3 months ago he cheated.
Oh.
No, 3 months ago he cheated.
Yeah.
Oh,
but she's not with him anymore because of that. So you only dated her for 3 months.
Nick, did you see this also? Did you see this also that the whole that they ran out of condoms at the U.S. housing for the Olympics?
Yeah. Well, it's good they're being safe about it. So,
I mean, I asked this.
Maybe they should have given some of that to Phillip Rivers.
Ouch. Or Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah, or him too.
Having a vasectomy and still somehow getting a woman pregnant.
Well, yeah, you can. Vasectomies aren't 100%.
Well, they're supposed to be as close to 100% as possible.
It depends. It depends on. I think there's a lot of complex factors to vasectomies.
I'm just saying though, like, are you that bored down in Italy that this is all you're doing?
Well, what do they have to do?
Why don't you go out and check out Italy? Like, why?
I mean, I'd probably choose the former option.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Let's look at Italy.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, there's
Especially
more
us. We're Americans. Like, I'm from New Jersey. I don't need to see Italy.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Italy is on my bucket
I've already
list
seen
to travel.
Hoboken. I don't really need
Yeah.
to.
You've been to Staten Island a bunch of times. You don't need to go to the real place. Like,
Wait, been to Staten Island a bunch of times. I live here.
He lives there.
exactly. No, Liam, I'm saying, has been to Staten Island a bunch of times.
I don't know. If that's the only thing you're doing, it sounds like you have a boring life.
I mean, I don't know. It's up there. It reproduces. Like
I get it. I know that.
It's your drive as a human to want to do that. You make it sound like they're just playing on the computer or something.
No.
For full context, gentlemen.
6-hour drive to Rome from Tortina. Why are you driving? Oof.
But if it's going to be a 6-hour distance between Milan and Rome, I'd probably take the second option.
It's got to be a longer than 6-hour drive from Milan to Rome.
Apparently.
It's got to be longer than that.
I don't know. I can't keep track anymore.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But like what I found funny about it is like, Jesus, man, like who gives a shit? Like you just won an Olympic gold
doing
medal.
It for the girl.
What?
He's doing it for the girl. He doesn't care who gives a shit. He cares about her.
No, I know that. I know that. What I'm saying is if I were him, I'd be like, I'm an Olympian. I can do whatever I want. Who cares?
Well, she then did an interview, not publicized anywhere, but basically I shouldn't say not publicized. She obviously is not a public figure, but they reached out to her and she basically said, yes, I saw what happened. We talked. She doesn't forgive him.
Why would he? Or why would she?
Why would she?
So 5 hours and 44 minutes before traffic per Google Maps. It's really funny that Callan looked that up. I didn't know they had Google Maps in San Diego.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
No, but let me ask you something. As an athlete, you're just basically saying that athletes should be able to just do whatever they want?
What do you mean?
Because you were just saying...
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if I were him, I'd be like, I'm an Olympian. Who cares? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, because I don't know. I wouldn't. I think
it's just I appreciate him showing regret. I just think it's a interesting choice to say it in public at the Olympics after you won a medal.
Well, yeah, which airs everywhere.
Exactly.
Let me air my dirty laundry out for more people to see.
Exactly. Bad Bunny was great enough.
Because
Bad Bunny. I may have mentioned Bad Bunny.
Well, I was taking shots when you walked away because I thought the halftime show was an abomination and terrible.
Well, I don't know. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was that bad.
Have you ever heard of a translator?
Yeah, they should have had English subtitles.
Because I'm sitting there the whole time and I'm like, I don't understand a damn thing that's being said.
I think Bad Bunny would have been a good choice as a halftime show performer, like they had 4 years ago, and they had a whole bunch of performers in that halftime show. Having we got MapQuest out here. What do you also you have MapQuest? Do you also have MySpace? Like, what the hell?
God, MySpace.
Who still
Jesus.
uses MapQuest?
Jeez, MySpace. I feel like I just traveled back 3 decades.
Well, I mean,
Colin,
that other
Colin.
network probably goes live on MySpace with the way they're.
Wait, Colin. When you go online, is your default, browser, when you go to this basic search engine, is yours Ask Jeeves?
Yes, Jeeves. Oi. What were some of the other search ones they used to have? Trying to remember. Oh, they had Geo, whatever it was called. What, GeoCities, or whatever they called it? What?
I said, how about Boomer?
Oh, by the way, did you see the whole thing? Speaking of Boomer, did you see the whole Boomer Esiason Mike Ryan thing?
Yeah, or it's really just a one-way beef that Mike Ryan had with Boomer Esiason.
That was probably the funniest thing ever, though. And, of course, Mike Ryan said, "Oh, well, you're chicken shit because you won't admit anything that you actually say on the radio."
Well, do you have the audio? I didn't even think of playing it.
Which side do you want?
The Mike Ryan side.
All right, give me a second. I'll find it, and then we got to finish the show.
Well, in the meantime, you talk about the halftime show. Nick, I heard you had a little beef with certain prediction markets.
Oh, I did. Absolutely. So Kalshi, here's what happened. Kalshi had a bet and that says who will perform at the halftime show. One of the options was Cardi B, and I chose Cardi B as one of the performers of the halftime show. She danced she was basically one of the background dancers of the halftime show. And I only got I basically lost the bet, although they paid me out a little bit. They paid me out like $5. I made like a $10 or $12 bet.
It's treated as a stock market. That's what it is.
Right. But here's the thing, though. Cardi B objectively performed at the halftime show, and Kalshi is trying to play middle ground. Or not even that. Basically, they're giving more money to the side that bet against her performing than the side that bet on her performing, even though she objectively performed at the halftime show. I don't understand. It says, will she perform at the halftime show? That's how the question is phrased. That's how it's phrased. What are they talking about? She didn't perform. She did perform. Is there something I'm missing?
She did. She was in the background. She was dancing. She was singing.
Well, she wasn't singing, but she danced, but that still counts as performing.
Yes, DiMartino got hosed on that bet.
Yes, it was me and millions of other people who I'm standing up for.
I don't know what to believe anymore with prediction markets. Because now DraftKings and FanDuel have prediction markets. Now,
but I just don't understand. It literally just says who will perform at the halftime show. Cardi B performed at the halftime show. How do you even play middle ground? She either performed or she didn't. So I don't understand this. It makes no sense.
Unless they're making that stupid technicality that she wasn't the main.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It just says
Nick, what did they give you back?
Like 5. I ended up losing. So they gave me back some of my money, but not all of it. I
think that's kind of fair enough. Because she she didn't objectively perform. You didn't even see her there when it first happened. She did not objectively perform. That was not what.
If she was dancing,
okay, you know that was not what the bet meant, correct?
The
theory,
bet
that's not what the bet really meant. When you bet on it, you did not think that she was dancing in the background while you bet, correct?
Well, I thought that would count. Because it said perform. That's what it said. I don't know. It didn't. The point is, the bet says who will perform at the halftime show. It didn't say who will be a main act, who will sing. It didn't say that. It just said perform. by any objective standard, that counts as performing.
So, well, first of all, when you bet on Kalshi, there's also information on each bet that describes what would have to happen. So I don't know what was in the description. But secondly, I actually think it should have been put as a push because she wasn't the best. Barely anyone saw her, and she didn't get on the stage.
But it wasn't a push, though. It was less than a push. Maybe I would have been okay with it if I had just gotten my money back, but it wasn't a push. They had it as a loss completely.
The problem with prediction markets is they try to take advantage of technicalities. That's part of the problem. So they claim, oh, well, she wasn't performing because she was standing in the background, which is ridiculous. Like, she was part of the performance. There should have been a push there, at least.
If there were a push, I wouldn't really have complained about it that much, but it's not a push. It's being treated as a loss. They
did you better than a loss, though.
What?
They did you better than a loss, though.
A little bit, but it's worse than a push. If anything, maybe I would have been okay if I had just gotten my money back, but they didn't do that.
Right, they gave you a technical loss.
They gave me less. Right, it was actually not even a push. It was worse than that.
By the way,
it's worse than a push.
By the way, I have Ryan's audio. We could listen to it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
And to Boomer Esiason getting mad that the Olympics would have a few Americans saying, yeah, I got some bittersweet sort of feelings about representing my country.
But I mean, like, I was sitting there watching, the freestyle skating by, our ice skating team, figure skating team that won the gold medal.
Are they happy to represent America?
Yeah, they seem to be happy to represent America. Not everybody is, but, everybody's just pipe down and just do their sport and play for our country and respect the flag and respect everything that's going on.
Shut up and ski.
That's it.
Pipe down is such a great old person phrase. Can someone find me the origins of pipe down? Why are pipes coming down? What's happening when pipes are coming down? It's another way to say shut up. It's another way to say bleep you on mainstream television.
Then say that. Say that. Say what you mean. Say it with your chest, you chicken shit. Because your MAGA-coded bullshit that's been going on for 10 years, the guy is in office for a second time because his whole platform is how much this country stinks. Yet you sit on the sidelines when Nick Bosa wears a MAGA hat on the postgame, where's the same energy. I'm a sports fan. My soccer team won the Club World Cup. He was on the friggin' stage. I had to eat it. I'm a NASCAR fan. Riley Gaines is giving incantations. The president is literally taking laps at the Daytona International Motor Speedway. It took me 45 minutes to get into the national championship game because the Secret Service is there checking everybody because he so effectively uses sports to sports wash his image. And yet I've had to eat it. You got your way. They're not kneeling during the anthem. They're doing everything they can so you can live in your little bubble and not be threatened by the reality of your decisions, the cost of what you actually voted for. The liberals, the left, they all had to eat it because you guys were so loud and so soft and so triggered. But you can't tune in to the Winter Olympics, a sport that you probably only worry about every 4 years. And you don't want to be faced with the reality that maybe some people, and according to polling, a hell of a lot of people, aren't exactly thrilled with how things are going in this country. And they are using their one moment, in most cases, to highlight that because that is universally American. And you want them to shut up? Quit being a pussy, Boomer Esiason. Put your name to it. Say what you fucking mean.
He did.
So that was the
in fairness, I think that Boomer said what he meant.
I don't think Boomer said anything that egregious.
No.
Also, nothing the guy said made any sense. First of all, none of those examples he gave are representing America. Second of all, it wasn't a shut up and dribble. It was the same thing happened in the tennis. These lunatic reporters asked a stupid question.
Yes,
agreed. Because they're insane, don't realize why Trump won 2 elections, and are on and on and on about it. And this guy, who probably makes a ton of money and thinks that he knows anything about anything, oh, people aren't happy with the way the country's going. Yeah, well, when you make $500,000 to sit and do a radio show and eggs are $10, that's fine for you. But he's like, I don't understand what that rant was.
Yeah, and also there's a big difference, though, between representing the United States abroad and talking badly about the United States with foreigners. It's like airing out our dirty laundry with people who it doesn't concern.
But you
That's
know what
how
it
a lot
is?
of people feel.
You know what it is also? I think the Levitard show is also sinking into the abyss because they're losing people left and right on their show. That felt like that's not the show like Tom and I were used to growing up. We used to watch this show all the time. Like
You're basically saying it was like, I could see them meaning what they say, but it partially also out of desperation.
They've lost a ton of people. The cast of the show is not the same. That felt almost like a cry for help in a sense for attention. And both of them took the day off the next day after that rant happened. There was no fight back after that. I was hoping like we were going to get some kind of like bare knuckle boxing or bare knuckle fighting like in a UFC cage. But like, I don't know. I think Mike Ryan's a producer of a show, like, or an executive producer of the show. He's not even the host. Like Boomer is a host of a show. And I think Levitard said it best, like that Boomer kind of just got caught in the fire for what a lot of people are saying.
Hey, also, took him off the White House card.
Also, he said that Boomer Esiason was using MAGA coded words. First of all, Boomer Esiason is out as a Republican.
He is
very obvious. He says he's a Republican. Secondly, I don't understand. I agree with some of what he was. I agree that there's a lot of stuff going badly in the country, and I don't agree fully with the White House. But it's the question that they were asked was they feel odd about representing America. What does it matter what the government is when you're representing the country?
Exactly. Like when you're representing America, I don't think representing your country overseas is the same thing as representing your government.
Well, I think Liam was right also.
Thing.
That stupid athletic freelance reporter from Canada who was at the Australian Open and just kept asking, "Oh, what do you think about Trump?"
Yeah, he was Canadian, the guy that was asking on the Australian Open. It was
was
nuts.
it?
No, no. I mean, the reporter, like you said, was Canadian, and he asked Taylor Fritz, how do you feel about representing America?"
Right. That was such a. First of all, what does any of that questioning have to do with the tournament? Number one, like
it doesn't. It doesn't. It's it's basically just clickbait, essentially.
And I don't understand why the tournament didn't refuse his credential after asking that question the first time, and then he did it every single day for the rest of the Australian Open.
And to their credit, none of the tennis players took the bait. None of them.
I agree, but I'm just saying it should have been sniffed out the first couple of times. What happened? Tom, I can ask you because you've been to a ton of credentialed events many times. If someone did something stupid at a UFC event, because you've been to a fair share of them, what happens?
Well, Dana White will usually clown them.
Well, yes, but they'll remove your credential. UFC is known for removing credentials.
Yes.
And did those people like it's just crazy? Like, did those people ask, by the way, about they don't ask the Italian athletes who are in the event is in Italy, and the president of Italy is from the same political party that Mussolini was a part of, which is a fascist party. But they don't ask that question.
Yeah, that's
the country they're in.
That's fair. I don't know. For some reason, because every country around this freaking country is obsessed with our president. But
why does everything whenever we're overseas, everything has to be about us?
Yeah, I don't get that, and I don't know. It's just. But this whole argument between Mike Ryan and Boomer, I'm like, mega coded words. No, he's as right as it gets. Boomer.
But there's nothing like MAGA coded about what he said. It was actually what Boomer said. I thought was totally fair.
Just food for
federal
thought.
Government does not fund the U.S. United States Olympic Committee. Exactly.
So then, why do they even care?
Because they want clicks. That's the reason why. It's because they want clicks.
But that's our whole media and digital realm now as a society.
Particularly, I think it's really bad when you look to get clicks with questions that are irrelevant.
Well, that is a problem. Where human clickbait now is part of the media.
You're not asking a good question. You're asking a stupid question that has nothing to do with anything.
Why do you think some athletes, when they're up at the press conference, just say, "Get the hell out," or "I'm not answering that question"? Yeah. But then they use that response as, "Oh, look, he flipped me off, or he told me off because he didn't answer my question." I don't know. It's all clickbait now, unfortunately. And unless you do something stupid at a press conference, or it's no longer, can I ask a good question? And everyone says, "Oh, I like what we're doing." It's how do I piss off Dana White at a press conference? How do I make Rob Manfred?
I don't know who he's referring to with this comment.
A few former members of this particular network, but
I've
yeah,
been here longer than Callan has. I don't know what he's talking about.
It was a few people that came in with him that we had, and unfortunately, they were more worried about their views on a video than like doing actual good content. That's what I think he's worried about, because they would clickbait everything with the title rather than saying what's actually in the content itself.
Correct. Okay, because I didn't know who he was talking about.
Don't try to make sense of it. Don't try to make sense of it. All right, should we finish the show? Because
we should finish. We're over 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we did. And there's going to be an ETB Lounge tomorrow, which Callan will be here, and Tom and I will be here. And we totally didn't promote the show's social media beforehand. That's on me for not even.
I thought we did at ETB Lounge, at the ETB Lounge.
Yeah, well, we didn't put it up on screen. That's my fault. Really.
Maybe we can promote the hypothetical topless takes.
or boobs on the bench.
Boobs on the bench.
I still think that's a great name.
I think boobs on the bench is a great name.
It is.
Well, I think there could be two separate things. There could be a boobs on the bench and a topless takes.
Topless takes is good. I'll give that.
But would you have to blur out the boobs?
Yes,
I would assume so.
Is YouTube? Well, YouTube talk about politically correct.
Oh, Nick, do you remember when do I have to mention the Aroldis Chapman video?
Oh my God. I got like 50,000 views on and also on TikTok. It did like hundreds of thousands of views, but on YouTube, they gave us a strike for that.
Well, that's when we had to upload all our episodes
to
like
Twitter.
Facebook, to Twitter, yeah.
Because they didn't like the fact that I used the Aroldis Chapman joke with his mom, apparently, and because it's inappropriate. I'm like, do you see half the other shit that's inappropriate on YouTube? Like
didn't Aroldis Chapman beat his wife?
Allegedly.
Or there was a domestic violence case.
Domestic violence.
There was TV, yeah. There was
Jose
TV.
Reyes too.
It is very. I think baseball players are better at beating their wives than they get credit for.
What about the NFL?
I'm saying, but the NFL gets credit for it.
I'm just saying, I think the NFL is better than Major League Baseball.
Well, we know Jose Reyes beat his wife.
Yeah, that's true.
But that Aroldis Chapman video, YouTube standard, yeah, no. But Logan Paul walking through a forest in Japan, yeah, all good there.
Well, was that the one where it looked like someone was hanging off the tree?
It was a suicide forest.
That's right. And they kept that one up. They didn't take that one down.
No, someone was. It didn't look like someone was.
But
it wasn't a suicide forest?
No, but it led to. I remember it led to like a federal investigation.
There was a lot of backlash to that one.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
But they kept that video up, and everybody else, by the way, who put up the same video that I did as a short, they didn't take them down, but they took ours down and gave us a strike. Because we all know YouTube is fair and balanced.
Yeah, and that's why AI is running all their algorithms, and AI is making decisions. AI is making decisions on all the accounts and their monetization things.
And by the way, the metaphorical appeal button on YouTube is worth 0%. Because you push the appeal button. That's like when you go to HR, when you work for a company and say, "Will you defend me?" And they're like, "No," even though that's what they're supposed to do, but they really defend the company. So
so I think we can end here.
Yep.
Talking about suicide in Japan.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to end on.
And it's weird.
We end on a happier note.
And it's weird because there's no Jet fans in Japan.
Oh wait, did we talk about the gym that posted the pictures of the Jets players?
No. What are you talking about?
Oh, Tom, do you know about this or no?
Yes, there's a gym. Is it in South Korea?
I think it's in South Korea. There's a gym.
And it has all images of the Jets. And it basically...
Yeah,
What?
That's right. Hold on, I'm looking for the
Have the Jets ever had a South Korean player?
No, but Nick, it's basically if you don't give it 100%, if you give up on your sets, this is going to be the team who you play for.
So it says this will be your team if you don't finish that set. Jets franchise hits new low as Korean gym threatens lazy patrons with becoming a fan of the NFL's longest team of losing, and it's all pictures of Jets players across the wall in the gym. So they're basically saying you're going to be a loser, Jet fan.
That's amazing.
And I was like, great. Thanks a lot.
That's unbelievable. I wonder but like Koreans don't understand that, do they?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what's the bigger punch in the face this past month for our teams. You guys getting strays in a Korean gym, or our owner being in the Epstein list.
Well, our owner's on the Epstein list too, so
that's
not
true.
as many times.
Well, we want him to be on the Epstein list, so he has to sell the team. So
I do. I want him to sell the team.
I hope he's mentioned more.
Woody Johnson. Well, I don't even know anymore. I'm done with Woody Johnson. And like, just go be part of Trump's cabinet and go away.
Well,
he was. He was the UK ambassador, right?
Yep.
Just go to London and don't come back, please.
Or go to Epstein's Island and don't come back.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
How many times do you think, over or under, how many times we've said Epstein or Epstein's Island over the last 2 weeks?
Quite a lot.
Imagine if that was a Kalshi bet.
Epstein.
Epstein Island.
Everybody, yeah. But here's the thing, though. If you're on the Epstein list, you're better off doing something heinous because then your name is going to be blurred out.
Oh, you mean redacted? Yeah.
Yeah, your name's going to be redacted if you did something actually like really bad. Like that's the weird thing about the Epstein list. Everybody's name's being released. It's like they didn't really do anything that bad. They were just mentioned.
Go ask Jay-Z how he feels right now.
All right, now we're done for real. 2 hours and 41 minutes. I think that's enough time.
You think
See
so?
you guys next week on another edition of ETB Lounge. You can follow us across social media at the ETB Lounge. You can tune in tomorrow for the weekday edition of ETB Lounge.
Yes.
See you guys next
Count
week.
will be here. Okay. See you next week. If I can press the end button.